Hello, and oh my,
yes.
did you really just do that?
That's how we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the holy grail. Look at that.
Well,
it is
Levi,
magical.
Come over here.
That's what that is.
You are
Dane,
way
that is
base.
something that everybody needs to see
or not
and embrace and cherish, because that is a national treasure, albeit I will say an international treasure.
Oh, man. Oh, back
so
in,
many
really?
people that if you missed out on the podcast, now's your chance to take a look at this majesty.
Why are we doing this?
That is the great Dane Hennon senior pictures.
The only saving grace I have is that people looking at that may not even be able to recognize me when I was younger.
What year was that? 2004?
That was 2006.
2006. Wow. Impressive. Right
Yikes.
there. Look at that. Look at that.
Yikes.
Ooh, I love the slow fade back into what we're doing here. Anthony had
Weird Q&A start. I understand. There's an empty chair over there. You got Levi
He's
here.
right there.
Oh,
He's back.
there's a
He's
chair.
back.
He
Sorry.
took a phone call when there were 20 seconds to start.
Listen, guys,
and he just
let me
pops out.
explain myself.
Oh.
So we had an insurance change, right, this last year for
we did.
our health and our dental insurance.
Correct.
Last 2 days, right, I've been calling multiple dentist office.
Right. Well, you and I, that's something we like to do together.
Is this really a Q&A thing?
Well,
we like to
finish it.
schedule our cleanings.
Yeah.
So that we both know we have clean, fresh teeth.
Correct. Yeah, because I go once or twice a year.
Right.
My previous dentist place, right, doesn't take our new insurance.
Correct.
And my previous dentist place, for when I was a kid,
Also doesn't take
the new insurance. And so I've been calling, and I've called 3 other places who are like, "Hey, we don't take it." It's not that it's bad insurance. It's just like they were kind of.
I think it's like a new company, because that's the main thing. Is a lot of people have been like, we just don't know about it.
So the lady just called me, and she's like, "Hey, really quick, I don't have a lot of time, but you got to prove for it being a network. You want to get your teeth cleaned?" I said, "Heck yeah, let's get started." So that's why I jumped
When are you going in?
2 weeks from now.
You're lucky.
She said she had only had an opening then. Otherwise, it's 2 months out.
Yeah, my dentist, August 25th. That's my next appointment. That's when they could get me in. So
I'm pumped. Anyways, okay, we do this, right, just to make sure that we're extra fresh.
We like that. When we're talking, a lot of people see our teeth, see how good they look, and we want to make sure they stay that way. So
hopefully.
Anyway,
so continuing on, right?
All right. Hello, and welcome to the Q&A Thursday. That's right. I'm Dane Hennon, your host. To my right, Levi Gates.
What's up, guys?
And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Thanks for having me.
Who recently released a CRZ video based on Jimmy Moto's comment. He'll deny it, but it's out
never
there.
happened.
So, you're looking.
So really quick, Dean, before you jump into anything, we have housekeeping. We have
is what I was going to say. You're
okay.
welcome. But continue, please.
All right, so today is an exciting day, right? Because we just launched it.
Wow, we are off today.
We launched it like Dane off the back of a jet ski with a parachute.
Launched our bucket kit sale.
That thing.
At the Rag
with the new bucket stickers.
Ragcompany.com. So we created and curated 3 different buckets based on your needs and wants, right? So if you've been wanting to pick up a nice heavy-duty wash bucket that has a grit guard in it, that's also going to have a nice Gamma-Seal lid, this would be the time to pick it up. So in the wash bucket, you're going to get a mix of a little bit of everything, right? You're going to get some Sterno-Gloss products, a little bit of G-Technic. You're also going to get some PNS products. Detail Factory, as well as towels and a wash mitt and, all that extra good stuff that you probably need.
Yeah.
Now, the wheel bucket's pretty cool, too, because we've incorporated Forced into this mix, and I was dead set on being able to incorporate Forced because when we were kind of creating this, they said, well, Brake Buster also cleans tires. I know it does, but Forced cleans tires extra well.
Yeah. And inner fender wells.
Stuffs and
so you're getting an entire pint, not pint, you're getting an entire liter. It's 1 liter, right?
1
liter of Forced. And then you're going to get Shine All, Bead Maker, and Brake Buster, basically everything you need to maintain and clean your wheels, along with the new Detail Factory tire brush, which I thought was a nice little touch. Now, lastly is going to be the mystery bucket, right? This is tough because some people might have everything they need, everything that they want.
It's a rinse bucket.
But that mystery bucket is enticing, right?
We don't know.
And so, anyway,
you're saving more by getting that than the other.
You're not sure. You're not sure what's in that thing, but you want to take a risk.
Yeah.
My only advice just to give people, just to be open and honest, there is not any variations of the mystery bucket.
That's
meaning
good, yeah.
that if you buy the mystery bucket, you're going to get everything in there. If you buy 2 mystery buckets, you're going to get 2 of the same thing.
Yeah.
If your buddy buys it, they're not getting a different.
So if you want to buy 2
mystery.
buckets, buy a mystery bucket and maybe a wheel bucket or maybe a wash bucket, either one. But otherwise you're going to get 2 buckets of the same.
Well,
if you want to differentiate.
Yeah, and they're all going to have labels. All 3 buckets will have a label. We just wanted to make sure that, unlike our mystery bag sales that we have, there's multiple variations of which you could get from that mystery. Right? So a little mix of everything. Well, this was a curated bucket.
Yeah, and the main reason, for us is, we had to actually build all these buckets individually. Mm-hmm. So they are sitting on a pallet inside a big box, cardboard bucket box, to hold all the built kits for the team to grab. Yeah. So it'd be a little more difficult if we built multiple mystery kits because it's just a lot more work.
Yeah. So down the road, but this is honestly a test run because for our bucket sale, we were all on the same page several years ago that we didn't really want to ship buckets just for the fact that they're so big, they're so clunky, shipping cost is quite high, and then also the potential for damage happening. Now, since we have gotten faster at shipping, our boxing has gotten better, everything has improved in every way, shape, or form. This is a test run to see if bucket sales and more bucket kits down the road are an option and will come back, meaning that if this goes great, we might just start selling, cool buckets. And if it doesn't go great, then we might save this for a very special occasion, right?
Yeah.
Such as, this sale today. So anyway, if you have to pick up some stuff and you're wanting to pick up, a wide variety of everything and get a bucket out of the deal, go for it. The best way to utilize that, right, is pick up that bucket and maybe pick up yourself a nice grit guard roller, right? Be able to sink that bucket down into that roller.
Or grab yourself a T-shirt, maybe a hat.
Yeah.
Buy a bucket kit, buy a hat, buy a T-shirt. That way you can look like us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you're out there washing, people go, "Whoa, is that Anthony from the rag company?" You're like, "Nope,
what you're doing.
My name's Joey Belinsky."
Yeah. What I was thinking, it would be really cool if Yeti would actually respond back to us.
That sure would be nice. Sure would be nice.
Let's say when winter comes, right? Yeah. When winter comes, we make the coldest bucket kit, right? Where it's it's literally like the Yeti bucket with O&R and then some Eagle 350 ultra black sponge, and we make it to where it's like our cold, it's what we talk about. Our cold garage in the winter, doing a warmo on our wash, right?
Just sitting there warming your hands up, sticking them in there.
Yeah.
Got the towel.
Feeling good, knowing that you're going to have a clean car.
Sitting there drinking a cup of hot cocoa or hot cider.
I like
warm
that.
Yourself up. Got your space heater going.
These winter vibes right now, and we're in the middle of summer.
I like it. Well, it's because it's 103 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's very hot outside. It doesn't need any help warming up out there. So why don't we get to some comments? How about that?
Right.
Some questions, some comments. I know it's your guys' least favorite part of it. I happen to like it.
That's the whole show, Dane.
But I call it Q&A Thursday, so I kind of
Dane, without these comments,
we've been doing the show with you this whole time.
Yeah. Dane, if we didn't have these comments, we wouldn't have half the lore that we have.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Is I am saying I support.
All right, let's get into this.
The Sam Squatch. This is the highlight of my Thursday, and it disappeared. Love the work, the products, the passion TRC has and shows in the quality of their products. I just bought a liquidator and can't wait to try it.
Heck yeah, man.
Dane, that's the comment I just read. Post that up on the screen.
I did, and it's not working.
Well, that's
Glenn
weird.
is trying to fix it on the back end. So super cool. Just don't expect to see him yet.
Dan Pfeiffer giving us a good afternoon and a word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. Fantastic live yesterday. You guys are killing it lately. That is awesome. If you push the send button, does it go there? Nope. There it is.
That time it worked. Wow. It did not work before.
All right. Fernando saying saludos a todos desde.
We got Joey Walensky saying happy Thursday, boys. Happy Thursday back. And then from there we have JD Garage says, what's up, TRC crew? Any deals on the site I can go scoop up? Absolutely. We just talked
about it.
What if my wife don't know won't hurt her? What my wife don't know don't hurt. Exactly, man. So pick yourself up a bucket, right?
Yeah. Panos Balp saying hello from Greece.
Hello right back.
What's up, man?
I thought you said Thanos' belt.
Thanos' belt says hello from Greece.
Hey, thank you,
Mark Abar saying have a fantastic weekend, gentlemen. Nice work as always. It's always nice to see Mark.
Yep.
I always like that guy.
And then jumping in here, we got Joey. Says buckets.
Yeah, well, he yelled it. Buckets!
Buckets! All right.
Alex says, happy Friday Eve, TRC fam. Yesterday's live was full of innuendos. Wait, what? There was?
I didn't.
There were
polishing
so
a
many,
car.
and I kept the hounds at bay. Like,
Really?
you guys didn't see them pop up
Dane,
on screen, but I had so many.
I rewatched it last night.
Yeah.
And I rewatched the live chat. I saw no innuendos.
No.
Whatsoever.
You missed, I don't know how
It
many
was perfect.
flex,
A lot of
rotating shaft
right. That's an
comments
actual tool,
Those
though.
are back?
That's a real tool.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
rotating shaft
Always a
has
professional
no
straight
vibration.
face. Always
I
great
have to
watch.
maintain an air of professionality here.
Okay.
Alex
That's
giving us
not even a
compliment.
real phrase.
Yeah, that was a
but-
very nice compliment.
We have
Thank you.
RSX Freak 79 says, "Sup fellas, just wanted to say hello and thank you for all the helpful information you provide. Huge thanks to the shipping crew for always providing fast and top-notch service." Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Or Gabriel. Thank you very much, man. We appreciate that. We do what we can around here.
That's right. Jimmy Moto says, I stopped watching some weirdo CRZ channel to be here today.
I know, right?
I'm glad. You need to turn that
I
off.
was like halfway
unsubscribe from
through
that
that.
channel.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. If
Joe
it's getting
Van
rid of the CRZ,
Cedars.
it's not worth it.
Good afternoon, all, from Louisville, Kentucky. And then Rich
Hey.
Nitch saying, show some OVE and smash that thumbs up button.
That's right, Rich.
Okay.
Thank you so much for doing my job for me. I really, really
What
appreciate
is the
that.
OVE? Is that a
Ove?
smash the OVE? Is that like a
Show some love.
is that a shortened
Oh,
meaning?
That's
It's
a
a-
period where an L should be.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
That's
Make
weird.
of that phrase what you will.
All
All
right.
right, so moving from 3
Wow,
to 2.
look at us on the front page.
Okay.
And we got-
Here's
We got
Hansi.
Hans, always here for the
Q&A,
party.
let's go.
We got Demo
Yeah.
says, good afternoon. We got some wahahas.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of that as probably like a deep guttural kind of laugh, right?
The way a dragon might laugh.
The man with the dragon
Yeah.
tattoo.
Something like that.
And then RSX Freak says, tried Gumi for the first time on Saturday, and my tires are still looking fresh. Might be replacing my go-to CarPro Pearl for the dressings. We'll still need to try it on trim, though.
You'll
yeah,
be
dude.
pleasantly surprised.
The Gumi looks good. It holds
good.
up great. I
Yeah.
think that's probably one of our better dressings in our lineup. for
Meanwhile,
sure.
there's a guy over in Iceland just smiling and watching
Yeah.
this as we say it.
No.
Road to detailing. Evening, lads. Hello. And then next,
That's weird. I was stuck in that weird nether world where it like bounces.
Kirby Thompson saying afternoon all, and the TRC crew, hello. Han says, is that the new background picture? It is. And then look at that looker.
Oh dear.
And then Dane's favorite
Okay,
company,
We could just skip through these.
Valentine Supply, saying evening all. Darren Lee saying happy almost Friday. Thank you, Darren.
And it's a whole lot of
Harry
hellos.
Housewife Darren saying hello, you beautiful lot. And then Alfredo saying teeth detailing. That's right. That's what we're all about, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing like getting in there, getting a good pressure washing done on the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I like going through, getting a level 2 or stage 2
Oh,
cut
wow.
and polish
Correction,
on
yeah.
them, get a correction coating on the teeth.
Yeah.
Just making them look as fresh and perfect as possible. It's just exactly the same thing as detailing, literally.
Yeah.
Vacuuming,
Mike, I had to
water.
break out the belt sander. Is that a problem?
Well, Dane, that's called a restoration service.
Oh, okay.
What
Yeah.
you're having is restorative work.
He said something about rust, and I just kind of blacked out.
yeah, you get
Sparks
Yeah.
flying. Dane's chair.
They're like busting out a dry ice machine. Dane's
Oh
like,
my
oh, God. Like, we got to blast some of this rust off.
Wow.
That
Bearded
is
Hunter saying, afternoon, fellas, happy Friday Eve. Any tips to remove tar from plastic trim? Could you use Ulex? Yes, you could. You could use Ulex. You could use Shara. Either of those will work great.
Yeah.
Just try not to do lacquer thinner, whatever you can do.
Well,
No
I would
lacquer.
say
Wow,
even-
that's a first from you.
Well, I would say even with Ulex, just kind of do a test spot. Make sure
It's gonna dry it
make
out.
Sure it's
Just
not
know that.
discoloring anything, to a crazy point, and make sure it's not like eating it. So,
Well, and what I would do, if it's a full piece of trim
yeah.
and the tar is only on a section of it, wipe the whole piece of the trim, because you are going to dry that area out. And then if you have a way, either use Gumi, use Shine All, use some sort of dressing protection to replace the moisture, because you are pulling moisture out of that piece.
Yeah.
You can also do solution finish too.
We got
Oh,
Jesse
look at
Rayo.
Jesse
in the
Rayo.
house.
Hey, Jesse.
Says, "Hey guys, been a while since I could be here for a live. How is everyone? We're great, man.
Good, Jesse.
We're great.
Yeah.
I was actually honestly the other night I was going to stop by your work. Didn't have time, and what I end up eating. I think I ate like a can of beans at
He's got.
home.
He
Oh,
works
wow,
at the
way to
good-
make it
Where
real
does he
sad.
work?
He
Costa Vida?
I think he manages one of the Costa Vitas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Good
it's
stuff.
too good, man. That sweet pork
Oh,
always hits right.
Yeah.
Always hits right.
just bussin'.
That's I guess we could say that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping
you
you.
know,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, or no, sorry. Did I say? Dead ass. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I meant
Yeah.
to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like
for
that.
real, for
Yeah.
real.
For real. On God, on
FR.
God.
Okay, so
Rich
Smith.
saying, you're lucky to get in so soon. I've been waiting 6 months just to see an eye doctor.
That's why. So that's why I picked up the call and ran. Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I'm like, if I miss my window here, I'm gonna be super mad. So hopefully this dentist is pretty nice. We'll see.
Carson Black saying, do you have a local
Hey.
CRZ buyer here?
Ooh,
Look at that. That's service. Okay.
And then
Service. They
Gorilla,
come to you
yeah,
here,
that's right. Gorilla Jiba's saying Abend.
Abend.
Smiley
Abend.
face.
Dane, you know I had a dream the other night where
Oh, no,
where
don't tell me that happened.
I relived your
Oh
experience.
no! But as if it were you.
You were inside
me.
Dane.
Oh no!
So, I wasn't
Having an
I
Inception
wasn't
moment.
in
It was
Dane.
like
I was,
being John Malkovich.
It was so. What it was is I
Were
was.
you Diaz or were you Cusack?
He's like, I walked through a door in here, and I was like,
Oh,
heck,
man.
I'm inside Dane.
So, no, but it happened to me.
In the massage chair, enjoying.
It happened to me in my dream, and I was thinking to myself, I said, wow, this is such an uncomfortable feeling. But I was watching you
You're not wrong.
with Levi walking away, and I was like, where are the guys going, right? Like, this guy's about to potentially murder
So
me,
it was
right?
you, but
So you straight
So-
up like full on.
No,
swap.
but it was one of those weird dreams where like it starts transforming.
was a multiverse
and so,
situation.
So the Abend guy ended up being like this guy named Ronnie that I went to school with back in like second grade, right? And I was like, Ronnie, what are you doing here? He's like, Abend. And I was like, huh.
a
And then
scary
and then
thing.
he like started to ask me like, do you want to trade Pogs, right? And I was like, Abend means Pogs. That's what it is.
I don't think half our
Pogs.
audience even knows
Pogs.
Pogs anymore. Are they too young for that?
Oh, dude, Pogs were the
no, our audience would
Pogs?
know what pogs are.
Our audience
Nothing
probably knows what
was
Pogs are.
crazier than when you went to somebody's house
So-
and they said, "Do you want to see my Pogs?" And they pull out their tubes, and you
Man.
go, "What kind of Pogs do you have?" And I go, "What kind of slammers do you have?" Right?
Yeah.
Dude, it was those heavy 8-ball slammers that just hit the hardest.
Yeah, so I, again, too old for pogs.
You were too old for Pogs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got right out of the tail end. I started, I was a teenager.
And that was just a little bit above,
Just a little bit above.
below what
Yeah.
you
Well,
were
then
doing.
for us after Pogs, it was Pokemon cards.
So, yeah, I was already a
Yeah,
college
you were
student
well on your way to being an adult by then.
enjoying the fruits of being a college student.
Pogs
while,
were literally
not playing Pokemon.
cardboard circles, right?
I remember
With the amount
my
of
sisters
money-
had them.
Like my favorite was my dad would take me to like one of like the trading game stores, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they just had a bin of Pogs, right? And it was something like you get one scoop of a cup for like $5 or something
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like that,
right.
And it's just random. It's a random
Yeah.
Pog
Yeah.
thing. You scoop them up, and whatever you get, you get. My dad's like, okay, well, we'll do $30 worth, and I'm like, 6 scoops of Pogs.
Oh my.
I like my eyes like lit up, and we start. And he's like you can't look at them until you get home. You have to have
Yeah.
something to do tonight, right? So I got home like looking through them.
Yeah, that's
Power
key as a
Rangers and Ninja
parent.
Turtles and all that.
Yeah.
everything.
Wow, that was amazing. In the last 2 minutes, we went from 105 viewers to 75. So we're clearly
Okay.
doing something
Well,
right.
Oh
So
my God,
here's
Dan,
the
I'm
deal.
sorry.
Augie Anthony has been hounding me to tell you that he is now a Pokemon card enthusiast.
Is he really?
He is a large number. He's been standing on the street on my road on one of our stones, one of the big legacy stones as I call them.
Yeah.
And he's been flagging people down as they drive by, asking if they want to trade Pokemon cards. He's been
Yeah.
knocking on random doors in the neighborhood, going door to door, asking people
Sketchy.
if they want to trade Pokemon. Now, mind you, I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of older people. They don't know what Pokemon is.
Nope.
But we made it down to Utah. My aunt showed up and she goes, Augie, I got some Pokemon cards for you. And Augie goes, oh. And she goes, these are originals.
Oh,
Here
no.
you go.
These
That's
are from
scary.
the before time.
And I said, what? And she
Yeah.
goes, they're the boys when they were little.
No, I know that's
And
not
I
good
said-
because they might be worth.
No, 'cause
I
they
said,
are-
I said, okay. And so she handed him to him and he brought him over to me and we were going through him and I was like, oh, this is a first pressing Squirtle. Oh, this is a first pressing
oh, this one's a holographic.
Charizard. She didn't give holographics
Just
because
first editions. though.
because her son said,
Yeah.
her oldest son said he's like 35.
Yeah.
She goes, he didn't even give those to his little brother.
No, the holographic foils.
He
were
kept those.
Very
Yeah.
special.
He's a co-owner of Utah Air Guns
Yeah.
and keeps them in his safe.
Wow.
So Augie, needless to say, made about $700 worth of Pokemon cards.
Oh my Lord.
Over the weekend that he got, and I said, "You cannot touch these."
Did you know that?
These
And
are
then I
not for
showed up.
playing.
Then I got home from work yesterday with a pizza in hand. His Pokemon case full of his cards, just chilling in the grass in the beating sun, 90 degrees. And I said, "This is why I don't have nice things."
This is why you don't have nice things.
Yeah.
But part of my lore, one thing that we don't want to get too far into it.
Yeah.
When I first started getting into that stuff, Pokemon cards or whatever grade I was in, 3rd grade or whatever it is.
Yeah, they were 98.99 printings.
As me as a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started the beginning of a recess with one Caterpie, right?
Yeah.
I ended that recess with a holographic Ninetales. I
You traded up.
work.
in 35 minutes. I went from the worst card you could possibly start out with, because I didn't have
That's
one
not
card.
Magikarp.
And my friend gave it to me. He said, "Hey, I know you
Here's
don't
your card.
have any. Here you go. This it's not good, but maybe you can trade somebody for it." One recess, 35 minutes, Caterpie to Ninetales.
Wow.
And that's how I live the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Wow.
just trading up.
They just doing it with
Trading
cars
up.
now. Okay.
Speaking of trading up, Bill Pearson
Jimmy
saying,
Moto
"Oh,
first, because we didn't.
Jimmy
read
ordered
this
a
yet.
mystery bucket this afternoon. Only one this time. I have a gambling problem."
Well, one is a good.
That's okay.
You know,
That's okay.
weaning
That's
I only
okay.
needed
the
one.
process.
Bill
Yeah.
Pearson says, "Howdy, fellas, from sunny southern Huntington Beach, SoCal." As I said yesterday, it's a great live. That's what he
Thank
said.
you.
It was great.
Yeah.
Joe Johns, man with 2 first names. Good evening, everybody.
nice
How
song.
long would you recommend leaving fresh paint before coating? Due to pick up my freshly painted bumpers for my EM1 any day. Literally 6 months to a year. I mean, I don't trust coating fresh paint anymore.
I know, but the thing
just don't.
was, we had a couple bad.
I just don't. I just say take care
Not
of
great
it.
experience.
There's plenty
Okay.
of sealants.
What about 3
Bad
months?
things
What about
happen.
3 months in the hottest summer?
Depends on
In
if it's
104-degree heat outside.
Yeah, but you're right. We technically didn't have our stuff gassing out in the sun forever.
No, we didn't. We didn't have it gassing out in the summer. That thing was painted pretty
Yeah.
much in the wintertime.
Right. So you're right. The sun, the area that you're in, Joe Johns, I'd if you can put them
The color of the
outside.
paint
You can wax them and put
will
them
make it less
outside before you
obvious
put them
or more,
on.
depending.
But
I just wouldn't be hung up on the coating. It's just not necessary right
Yeah.
now, because the coating's not going to protect.
as long
from
as there's
chips.
enough clear.
The coating is going to have enough UV protect, or the
Yeah.
clear is going to have enough UV protection in it. It's going to look the same now as it is going to look in 3 to 4 months,
Or a year from now.
Or a year from now. So realistically, you don't need to jump to it too soon. You're not making that much of a difference in terms of
Just imagine
protection,
coating
but
something,
in
and
looks,
then in between the
maybe.
coating and the paint, there appears to be vape clouds happening.
something like that, Dane.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Rich Smith, question about yesterday's detail. I missed the wash part. The black chrome water spots. Did you try an acid or a very strong APC and spot clean over the water spots to see if you could remove them? Yes. So, Rich, we didn't use acid.
wheel acid or anything. Like
Wheel
that.
acid. I was going to bring some, but it just wasn't necessary. Now, here's the other problem. Sometimes on that black chrome, because it's anodized, wheel acid will damage the surface. I wasn't going to do that. Also, I didn't really want to acid wash it with the top off. So we left it alone. Now, yes, we probably could have done more to it. We could have spent a lot longer on those areas. But we did wash it. We washed it with W9 on the vehicle surface, and then we used super foam on it. And that was it. That was really all the washing that I did. Then we clayed it and then sanded it because of the fact that those water spots were so hard and so etched into that clear coat. It wouldn't have made a difference, even if I would have acided it. Now, the black chrome, that's something that can be worked on if someone wants to take the time. We could have spent a lot longer on it than we did, but I mean,
It
total
wouldn't have been
time.
a very exciting live.
Total time was like 20 minutes, 15 minutes tops on that black chrome, and it started to come out, but it really needed a lot more time and dedication to work on it. And we could have done that, but I wasn't going to do that right then and there. You got to remember,
lot of improvement.
our
in
friend
that.
Jake didn't pay for this,
No.
right? Anthony and I are making what we make here. Dane's
just your
making what
normal
he's making here.
pay.
That's our pay. Like we're doing this for you guys. The car's results were really great, but you got to remember, I've been working on that since 8:00 this morning. That whole car to get to a position where we could show you guys a lot of what we did yesterday.
That's why we
So,
condensed it with a
yes,
lot of that before.
you could use all those products on there and try your best when you get into a situation like that. If it's solid chrome, you're not going to have any issues. comes off quite a bit with the chrome. You can use double-aught steel wool or quad-aught steel wool.
Yeah.
I would refrain from using quad-aught or any of that on black chrome, just because. So,
Right.
hey
Colors.
guys, do the undressed tire prep has to be diluted? No, it doesn't, but you can dilute it 2-to-1, 3-to-1. It works better full strength, but
Yeah.
I'd read the directions on the back and see what it says. Kirby Thompson, will the mystery bucket only have the black top? Yes, I believe it is.
Yes, correct.
I think it's a black top.
Mystery bucket will only have the black camisole lid. Peter Judge says, Levi, I just started listening to the Master of Shine podcast.
Thank you.
Holy smokes, Levi, you're famous. I hope you stick with it. It's an interesting listen.
Thanks,
what
Peter.
Happened?
It was one of the top 10 podcasts on iTunes, and then I just got lazy and stopped doing it.
Was it
Oh,
was
no.
top 10? What was the ranking and where at?
On iTunes.
I
I remember when I was kicking
So it was
butt.
in Denmark
I was
specifically?
gonna
Yeah, in
say, I feel
Denmark.
like that was in a particular category.
specifically
not the whole
Denmark.
thing.
But I remember how much fun it was when my podcast was beating the Rag Company's podcast, and I was doing it just right here on my phone, just talking to
Dang.
my phone.
I guess the
Yeah,
answer here is we just need to work harder.
And then producing it just via
You
an
produced
app.
it, and you added an intro music, and you had nice
everything.
music.
Yeah.
And people loved it.
People loved it. It's nice,
so
chill.
you had good vibes to it because we knew that you
I
were.
still have good vibes. The problem is the amount of time. So what I ran into is I made those 6 episodes. They're great. They're fun episodes. But it's hard to talk to yourself
Yeah.
about yourself for that long.
We do
I
a
don't
lot
care
better
who you
at
are.
bouncing off of someone
I don't have
else.
any
It's
issues
It's
doing
much
that,
it's
which is
much easier when you have
slightly
someone that you
narcissistic.
can talk to and bounce stuff off. So here's my game plan going forward. I do still want to do more episodes. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I want to talk to folks about how detailing has affected their lives
There you go.
for the worst parts.
Oh,
Nice.
it's kind of dark.
That's kind of what I want to do. I want to
I like it.
So,
I like dark and depressing.
but remember,
Let's go.
all the detail podcasts are how to run the business. A lot of people are just like, this is how you become a better businessman. This is how you become better at this. We've always tried to teach and show like how to have the
Yeah.
right balance. Well, I want to know, what are some things that you kind of missed out on or, had some issues with, and I want to interview folks. That way I can set this up where I can interview them and ask them these questions and hear those stories.
I have a better idea for you. What if you got people to write in, and you got people to send you something? They could be anonymous, or they can.
They
have
could,
their
yeah.
name, right?
Hey, you can do that
And then
right
that-
now.
and
Go
then
to anchor.fm, Master of Shine podcast,
Well,
and send me a message.
But what if they wrote in a paragraph, right, of you wanting to cover several different topics, right? And that way
Yeah.
you could talk, and it could only be you, and it wouldn't be weird
I
because
also have
you're
the option
answering.
people can leave voicemails on the anchor.fm
Oh, wow, you
Master
could
of
listen
Shine
to 'em?
podcast.
That's
You could
cool.
leave a voicemail. I could play those live on the
Because
podcast.
that would be kind of cool, right? And that way, I just think that, with the time in the interview process and all that, I know that's technically a little bit more difficult to do. So, just something to keep in
That
mind.
is a good
right?
idea. I like
Right?
that.
You
But
get people
You can
to
also
write
send me
in.
messages at levi@theragcompany.com.
But you have
Yes.
to do it, though, if you tell people.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah,
actually
but that's
gotta do it.
the
That's the
thing.
thing.
Me sitting there talking by myself is different. But I'm gonna start. I really need to sit down with Carly and interview her because I want to hear how hard it was.
Is she
from
going to
her
do
part.
that?
She wants to be on it because she'd love to hear, and I think she also wants to talk. Kind of down on how hard it was because it was. There were times she hated me for not finding a different job.
Well, that's
And the
part
difficulty,
that-
and that's what
yeah.
I want to talk about, and those are the things I want to focus on.
Is there anything happy on the podcast?
Okay, so
well, yeah, there's funny
you guys go off the
stories.
tangent, the part I was trying to butt
Trying to
in, I was
line
realizing
up
I
some
was
of these
dominating
comments.
your comment. We'll get to those.
We're kind of
But
behind.
in the point of what you're getting at, I think it would be very interesting to hear, yes, some of the more negative things, and you can have a little bit of hope there at the end.
Well, yeah,
of
I
each
mean,
episode.
obviously,
But
the people I'm
point-
going to be interviewing are going to they have
the
successful jobs
point
now. Like,
of
no one's
it
going to be like,
all,
oh,
though,
lost
is that there
everything.
is so much positive fluff out there where people almost do it sometimes just to hear the sound of their own voice, and they're not really
give me
doing
one
it
channel
beyond
that-
just
okay.
being positive because
Okay.
they know people gravitate to that.
So
There's this-
are you
before-
talking about a specific channel? Because it's very specific what you're saying. With
No, I just have a
positivity.
very, very specific irritation when it comes to places that are a little too positive all the time,
Look,
and they let people who feel down on themselves.
Remember, we all can't be wearing a California
My God, can I
shirt,
finish a thought?
standing on a box.
Is it because they're getting
looking
paid
life.
for the positivity?
I would love to be able to finish this thought
Oh,
because I feel
okay.
like I actually have something a
Good.
little
Keep
more
going.
profound here. So, the point being, it's not earth-shattering, but simply having an opportunity to air grievances, have something that's a little frustrating, a little down, a little whatever, you can have a little bit of hope at the end, a little hint of something like that. But it'd be really interesting to hear people's negative experiences done in a very realistic light that people can actually appreciate, that aren't just constantly filled with fluff and taking a corner to avoid talking about something that frankly might have really happened, and somebody can approach that. I think the frustration is when people are watching and listening to these things, they sometimes find that there's so much positive stuff out in the world, they think there's something wrong with them because all they hear is positive stuff and they're not having a positive experience. And so when they have that, they think it's something wrong with them. And it's not necessarily true that it's something wrong with you. I don't want people to feel that way. And that's my ultimate message here is I think people feel isolated and they feel alone, they feel scared, they feel frustrated because all they see are these uplifting things that are positive, and yeah, they get views and stuff, but sometimes you want to be able to talk about things that make you sad, that make you a little bit angry, that are a little bit frustrating. But if you can do it in a way that's constructive and offer some hope at the end, I think that's really powerful. And I think that's actually a good thing. So I just want to speak for those people, and I know you're out there, whoever you are, if you're listening and you can relate to that, please speak up and say, that does sound like something I'd be interested in. Because I think there are a lot of people out there who would actually feel that way.
So Levi would have the ups and downs of the Master of Shine at Home
Basically,
podcast, right?
yeah, that's what it would be. That like I want to talk to Dylan, and I want to find out what were some of the hardships prior to going to work for companies.
Yeah.
What were some of the issues when you were detailing? Like, what are some of the things that were hard for you? Because we've got such a young group of people coming into this industry all the time, and they see that's all they see are the positives, and they see YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and they only see this. Wow, I'm this, and they do hear stories, but I want to hear the real stories. I want to hear about, most people don't realize Rennie Doyle had an amazing operation here in Boise, Idaho, and 2008 hit, and they lost a lot.
Yeah.
And they stopped what they were doing, sold everything, and moved to California and started over. Like, that's huge.
No, that's
to
not easy.
To pack up the whole family and start over, that's huge. I want to learn more about. I want to deep dive on that. I want to go
something
through
in that gap there.
I want to go through
to
that
be discovered.
But it's so that if you're a detailer and you're listening to this podcast and you're able to understand, maybe you can then go, oh, I need to watch out for maybe some of those pitfalls. Mine, I got lazy. I got stuck in a job that I was just happy doing, that it was okay. I didn't mind it. I made okay money. I didn't make great money.
Check in, check out.
But I didn't have to. I could go into
off the
autopilot. Yeah, I could, and I didn't have to do anything. And it wasn't until I opened my own business that I was like, "Oh, this is now I've got to do all these things that I didn't do it the last time." And then I look back, and my wife's like, "I just don't understand why you didn't do this sooner. Why didn't you leave that place sooner?" So things like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm going for. All right, Rich Smith wanting to know wipe down water spot remover. FSC, Coach Kemi's FSC or W9, we would expect you to rinse that off.
For water spots that aren't 20 years old.
Graham Marshall saying, happy Friday Eve, lads. Hope everyone is well. Congratulations on yesterday's live detail. One word, epic, and highly enjoyable, by the way. I'm dyslexic, not.
That's okay, Graham.
Welcome, man.
I love your picture, too. I'm glad you kept that.
Joey B, now I feel like I have to buy a bucket to support the future buckets, even though I don't need a bucket.
And Joe, you don't have to,
It's
but
buckets on buckets
but
on
we
buckets.
we want the sale to do good, and from what I've seen, it's actually doing pretty good. I mean, they said that they might need to start prepping more buckets
People
for the
love
sale
buckets.
because they are
A lot of people just buying a bucket.
In fairness, we chose really good, high-quality buckets. They're not just a cheap.
Yeah, I've had the same ones. I've had the same ones that
Yeah.
we've sold for like 4 years
When
now.
we originally selected them, it
Still
was
work.
because they were tougher than the average
Yep.
bucket.
Yeah.
So
Bill Pearson, how does Leather Star work on Lexus New Lux? Is it safe enough? Does it leave any protection, or is it just a cleaner? Do you guys know I was once a Lexus certified interior cleaner? My shop.
only the interiors, though, not the exterior. That's
Interior,
kind of like
so the leather
very
and carpet.
specific-
I was certified by Lexus.
Huh.
Yeah. pretty
Did you
impressive.
have to like?
No, they just sent it to me in
Sign
the
a piece
mail.
of
Had my
paper?
name on it and everything,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, well, look at that. Framed it, put it in my shop.
Well, that's gotta feel good.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's cool. I think the dealership did that for me. So I thought that
It
was
just
very
made
nice.
it look
Yeah.
real official.
And then, but yeah, it should be just fine. Leather Star should have no issues. So,
Yeah.
Anthony. Oh, Dino saying hello, my awesome people. And then
Hey,
Anthony, I
Dino.
want you to do
We
this
got
next one.
Josh Brodel says,
Whoa.
please do not confuse the mystery bucket on the site with Levi's personal mystery bucket.
No,
It's a busket.
Busket.
Buskets.
My
yes.
busket.
Yeah,
Hold it.
yeah. Yeah,
Snap.
So,
Twist it, bucket.
do any of
Hold
you
it.
guys know where the term busket comes from?
no.
It's like musket,
Musket
but with a B.
with a B.
Nope. It's a busket. It's a bucket. So, have any of you ever watched the movie Suicide Kings?
Don't believe I have.
Really, Dane? You of all
No.
people, never watched Suicide Kings.
No.
Okay. So, Dennis Leary has a scene where he's driving in a car, pulls up to a light, homeless guy pops out and starts cleaning the window.
Okay.
Dennis Leary gets pissed, says, "Get away from the car. Get away from I just had the car detailed." And the guy's like, "But I just cleaning your window with my busket." And he gets out and he starts screaming obscenities at him
no.
and tells him to get out of here with your busket.
Oh dear.
I just had the car detailed. Get out of here with this.
Yeah.
And it's just a funny, really funny scene. And as a detailer, I always
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious because he's mad that this homeless guy's trying to clean his windshield, but the homeless guy keeps calling the bucket a busket.
That's fun.
So it's a great scene. I'll pull it up later. We can
I like
find
Dennis
it.
Leary.
Yeah.
Mostly just from watching Rescue Me. But yeah.
So
yeah.
it's Suicide King's a really good movie. It's it's one of those old
What year?
school mid '90s.
okay.
So
No, I
yeah.
think I
Got,
missed it.
got Christopher Walken
Project
and
Arden
Dennis
says,
Leary and-
what's the correct way to protect my interior in this scorching hot weather?
Get shades.
Click
Tint your
that like
windows.
button.
Get shades, dude. Make sure you have a
ceramic-
dash shade.
no amount of tint
Windshield.
can replace what a shade can do.
Well, so I think that the ceramic infused tint, the new
Yeah.
ceramic
Which I
tints that
also
people
have on
have,
the Jag.
I will say makes a substantial difference. I didn't think it would.
But I don't have it on my windshield,
Um,
and so I have a big gaping area where light can come
Oh,
through.
Gapes happen, Dane. So what
So
I
I
have
put the
on the
shade up.
truck is ceramic infused on the around the outside of it,
Yeah.
not on the front windshield, and it is substantially cooler than my other tinted vehicles. But I mean, tint does make a big difference.
Tint
100%
alone makes a huge difference.
So tint 100%, and then choosing a nice, nice protection product that's got good UV inhibitors, and something like Top Star is great. Other dressings are great as well, but I don't know. I mean, we have a couple different dressings.
I would
on our
just say the
website.
biggest thing is, Top Star's awesome.
Matte Dash is great.
Matt
too.
Dash is awesome. If there are people that poo-poo this, but honestly, I feel like in the summer, this is a kind of a big thing. The dash mat, and you don't have to attach it with the Velcro or anything like that. You don't have to put the stickies, but just putting a dash
Run that
mat
summer dash mat
on, just put the summer dash mat just to help, because you got to remember there's so much UV hitting that dash, and if you can block that UV completely, that's a really good thing.
And
If
that
you're a
dash,
truck
and that
owner-
dash mat may suck, or not, may take most of that heat.
Yeah.
And prevent it from getting to that plastic
Yeah.
as hot as it could be.
Yep.
It takes the force so that the other.
Yeah, so spend some money on a dash mat, and you can get nice ones. They make them in velvet. They make them in all
Sure.
kinds of stuff. So you can get them. You can get a nice high quality one.
Even if it feels like a little cheesy, it does so much to
It
protect
has a
your
huge,
dash.
huge difference. And then you can protect the underside of it by using a great product, and then a sunshade, because there's some areas of the country. That's an oven right
Yeah.
there on your dashboard.
Like
during
my
the
poor
day.
dash cam in the Jag fries every time I have it stuck to the windshield, but with the visor behind it, and all I can think is that's just amplifying everything going on in between there. And they designed these chips to handle it, but it's just yikes.
There you go. Project says, click that like button.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Appreciate it. All right. Where are we at? Oh, Buenos Tardes.
Yeah.
Happy hump day from Alfredo Hernandez. Thank you. Yo, Hurl. Happy Friday Eve.
Hey, hey.
Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks, man. And then Darren saying, what's your guys' favorite and best performance exterior trim dressing?
Ooh.
Anthony, what do you think?
That's a good question. There's a lot of them that I like. I mean, like I love, solution finish, and I love over the top, which is more of a standardized kind of dressing for that. It also helps lock in solution finish. But I don't know. I mean, Gumi works great, but PSS from Kosh Chemi,
Yeah.
it's
probably the best go-to.
Pretty
for
wicked.
What it can do.
Yeah. I like it. We have Tinker 578.
Hey.
Says hello from Los Angeles.
Nice.
And then Dino says, I just washed my car an hour ago, dried with PNS Speedmaker and Liquidator, black paint gloss.
Nice, Dino.
Like that.
Nice. Michael Johnson saying, have y'all ever thought about adding a wish list to the site? We used to have a wish list, on our old site.
Old format had
the new
one.
site just didn't give us that option when we rebuilt it. So,
But honestly, the new site construction
Yeah.
is so much better than the old
but
one.
what you can do is you can go into our website and you can sign up, create a login on there, and you can have that kind of version of it. So
I mean, alternately, you can always just fill your add to cart without actually checking out.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
the other
Graham
option for the
saying
time being.
Dane's comment that tools were working together was my favorite.
When there was a point where things were so noisy, I was trying to talk to you guys, and you guys were just straight up ignoring me. So I basically made the comment like, "Oh, it's okay. It's hard to get comments in. 2 tools are at work right now." But he was
Were
enjoying
you
that.
saying that me and Levi are
we
tools,
were
Dane?
the tools, yeah.
Well,
I think
I'd
so.
hate if you didn't get that, but
That is rude.
Pedro Quintero, hello from Panama, guys. I have a question. What's the difference between paint protection, enhancement, and paint correction? Good question. Paint protection is a protection that you're going to put on your paint. That can be a wax, that can be a sealant, that can be a ceramic coating, that can be PPF, it can be a lot of things. In paint enhancement is maybe the car's a daily driver and they just need a little light buff and some sort of protection. Very simple, very easy, usually a single or a 2-step. Paint correction is a car that's pretty heavily damaged, similar to what we were doing yesterday. That was a true paint correction. Would you not say that?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say that.
Pretty much. We wet sanded, we compounded, we polished the exterior to bring that car back to what it needed to be.
Like paint enhancement is like the light.
The
version
Uno
of
Protect
paint
Speedmaker
correction.
is that Anthony came up with. That is a paint enhancement.
And I guess
I
if
did
somebody
not
wants to
come
get
up with that.
really
He
specific
told
and
me that.
technical
He goes,
about it,
this is a new paint
a paint
enhancement
enhancement
process.
versus a correction. Correction, you're actually physically changing the surface, whereas with paint enhancement, you may potentially be filling in grooves.
Well, you're not
without
even,
actually
and you're
changing the
not
clear.
fully correcting
Yeah.
it because of the
So,
fact that there are still going to be some light
that's kind of
scratches,
the
still going to be some light
distinction.
marring, things like that.
Now, Pedro, really quick, off topic, has nothing to do with any of this, right? I'm glad you're from Panama. My wife, right?
Right. Well,
She's
you guys are landowners down there.
so my wife fought my father-in-law,
Right,
right?
mhm.
They're wanting to take a trip end of December. They
To
want to go
Panama.
to Panama, right?
Yeah, to the
he wants
island.
to go check out. He wants to go show us Bocas del Toro, right?
Yeah. Mouths of bulls.
I
The
don't.
bull's mouth.
Is Panama pretty? It's pretty safe.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
pretty safe.
Well,
Okay,
Pedro's from there.
because he's saying there's areas that are still kind of sketchy, right? I'm trying to map this out, and I'm thinking to myself, how cool would it be? I go down there, right?
Hook
Next
up with
thing
some
you know-
detailers.
You go to
Well,
Panama.
you got recognized when you were in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico
I was at a restaurant.
at a restaurant.
At
Somebody
like
said,
10 o'clock at night.
Somebody said, "Say, are you the master of shine?"
Master of Shine.
Levi Gates didn't even look at Jason Rose.
Meanwhile, Jason
No,
Rose,
the great Jason
the famous
Rose.
Jason
Yeah.
Rose, sitting
And then
right next
my
to you.
favorite was that dude said, man, when are we going to be getting towels here? Because like nobody sells
Oh,
sells
yeah.
your
the
towel. You
best.
can't even get them in the country. And there, La Reina de la Isla,
sitting right by
sitting
you.
right there, going,
It's like
I
whole
sell those
thing.
towels. Come to my place. It's like 2 minutes that way.
Dang
and they're
it.
like,
so. After
oh,
he
really?
left, did everybody turn to you and go, "Okay, how much did you pay that guy to come?"
Yeah,
here and say
basically.
that?
That's
So I'm just saying, I'm hoping when I get down there, it'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool
they
to
go-
see
they
somebody
go,
I know,
Anthony
right?
from the Rag Company.
Oh.
I don't know where Bocas del Toro is in
Yeah.
correlation to where everybody else mostly lives, but hey, just know that there's a good chance I might be down there
All
in
right.
December, right? Maybe I'll bring a bag of towels with me,
Ooh.
pass them out to
Yeah.
people
Randomly.
randomly. All right, so we have
where's Waldo?
Alfredo.
Anthony edition.
Alfredo. Great sauce and a great name. Says, I've done some speed.
Okay, good for you.
Thing is,
Products.
college.
Products.
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 Uno Protect 3D work. I have LC CCS orange, Lake Country CCS orange pads, white black pads, and some Euro 50/50. Want to get into some two-step work. Should I stick to a line of pads? A line of pads. Recommendations. So you can bounce back and forth between pads all day, right? It's about finding what works best for you and what works best with the products that you're using. Uno Protect is really versatile. We find that it still works best with a lot of just the Rupa's specific pads, in our opinion, whereas other compounds and polishes and stuff like that can just it can be mixed and matched, and you can find some beautiful combinations. Yesterday we were using the maroon pad, the maroon Buff and Shine pad with the last cut on hard clear, and it felt like butter.
Yeah, it was working great.
I mean, it worked great. It finished out beautifully. It finished out, phenomenally. But you can mix and match stuff, but you don't have to stick with a line. I would say out of those lines, kind of, pick and pull what you like within those lines and then correlate those to the products that you're most likely going to be reaching for in any type of test spot work or any type of your normal daily details. And so, a common one step for Levi would be Uno Protect and what pad?
The blue Rupes wool.
Cool. And those stick together, right?
Those two, that's it.
That's it, right? You kind of just stick with that. And then if I were to say, all right, you're going to be
almost
doing
all paint with that combo.
Yeah. And then I say, okay, Levi, you're about to do some glass, right? Pick what's your polish and what's your pad?
Well, that's when I like the maroon.
Yeah, you like Clarity Cream and
the maroon
pad.
Euro.
Right? So you'll find things as you keep playing around with more stuff. One of my favorite combinations that I just literally don't ever use, I loved our waffle pads from Lake Country. They're an orange waffle pad. That with hyper polish was like always amazing. The only downside is that the waffle pads do not like the friction that a long throw machine has. And so the separation of the Velcro backing on them, the breathable Velcro backing, was just super common.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, that would still be one of my favorite pads today.
Yep, exactly. Okay. All right, Rich Smith, shipping is very good. I picked up an IK sprayers and Ultra Clay Towel and took less than a week to reach me in Spokane. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Jesse says he's picking up his wheel bucket tomorrow.
Nice.
Need to upgrade. Nice. Alan Bolt, hey guys, I'm ready to launch my new washing device invention to the market. I'm curious, how might I go about introducing it to the rag company if you're interested? Send it to me at levi@theragcompany.com. Matt, any insights with streaking on C2V3? The other night I was getting spots and hazing when applying and have never had that happen before. Matt, did you panel wipe that before you put C2V3 on?
Also important.
Also,
C2V3,
did you overload C2V3? Did you use too much? Simon Birch, been thinking about getting some waffle pads for the rotary.
You gotta stop.
But I only have the old style pad washer with a grit guard. Would this hurt the waffle pad versus the LC pad washer? No, it's probably going to be kind of just going to be that way. Also, it's Bach, not Birch.
Yes.
Yeah, we know, man. So it shouldn't, but it might just be a little more, it might saturate the pad a little more. That's all. Rotary will pull it out, but yeah, good luck.
Project Argent says, should I use a coarse compound or fine compound to remove scratches caused the edge of a cardboard box? I would go with the polish first. Go the lightest thing first. See if it improves. It most likely will. With
Simon Birch with the try fine first, then coarser. There you go. And that's the same question. Yep. Chris B. Just got my fireworks kit. Can't wait to try it out this weekend.
Heck yeah.
How do you suggest washing Cyclone wash pads and the synthetic wool wash pad? Same as microfiber. I have O&R and Rags to Riches.
Good things to have.
So we wash the Cyclones the same way we would any other microfiber product. Just try to avoid the pad being able to get too hot right within that dryer, because if you're going to throw it in the dryer, low heat's going to be your most ideal. You can also air dry it. It's just what you don't want is the heat will start heating up that foam, right? And once it starts heating up that foam, the foam can kind of shift or it can start to break down to where it's not as firm. And we spent a lot of time making sure the firmness of our foam was great for those pads. The last thing we want is those products to start breaking down. But the wash mitt, pretty straightforward. Wash pad is be slightly more delicate with it on the heat settings.
Jeff C. So about the mystery coating discussion on Instagram Live yesterday. If the coating is that hard, how would one remove the coating and recoat after its useful life has been reached? So, Jeff, this is a great question, because this is something that Anthony and I haven't we haven't done yet. That's one of our tests that we haven't done yet with it, where we've applied it, then tried to remove it. Now, in theory, similar to like OptiCoat Pro Plus, you'd compound it with a wool pad and maybe a rotary or something, and you'd work, and you can see when you when you cut through a coating, you can see a visible difference in the clear, as well as a different coloration.
And you can also, what's nice too is when
you also feel it.
Well, when I cut that area, right, when I'm removing a coating or even removing a spot within a coating, I can see where my polish is going because you can see the haze of the polish, right? What's cool, like a cool trick, is you can take like a quick detail spray, or you can take O&R 256-1, spray it over the area that you just kind of compounded and polished. What's funny is that you'll see when that water land on that surface, you'll see it bead up everywhere else except for that area that the compound, was once on in that one spot. And that'll give you a pretty good idea how flat it is and how much you've removed it. But you'll be surprised. Certain coatings, you'll sit there and hold it longer than others just to get it off.
Yeah, and it also sometimes other coatings, it gets kind of gummy. You'll feel grabbing. You'll feel it. It'll grab the pad, and you'll feel it in your arms. And you'll be like, whoa.
And I've had it where even the coating had some slight oxidation to where it was a little bit yellow, right? So when I was removing it with a pad, like with a blue coarse wool, I could look at the pad and you can see the yellowness on the pad. Yeah,
because the heat is pulling it off and all that.
Yeah.
That's something we're going to have to do. Maybe we'll try it. We put it on and see if we can cut it off. But in reality, with Optico Pro Plus, it would wear off, right? The goal of that of that type of coating, just like an SiO2 or an SiC, they do start to wear pretty quickly, pretty rapidly. But the wearability is different between the two. So let's say Optico Pro Plus 7 years. You get to the end of that 7 years, it's going to be much easier to remove that coating than when it was a year old.
Yeah.
In theory, this coating, because it is not a ceramic coating, I'm assuming it's going to act that same way. But again, I don't know.
The bit I was going to add was...
What do you got, Dane?
All it was basically, in some people's cases, a number of people's cases, knowing the average length someone owns a car, many people will have sold the vehicle before the coating is no longer viable. Mm-hmm. In some instances, maybe more than a few. That's all I'm saying.
Pepito says, hey guys, I heard Yvonne say on a random car wash video to not mess with the dilution with O&R. Is it still true with using a bucket of hard water? Should I not overthink it? Cheers. No, 256-1. Just
no, yeah, dude. No matter the hardness, 256-1 all day.
It's gonna work.
And it's gonna work.
Yeah. Don't overthink.
Alex says, glad to see Dane's beautiful picture montage that I had a heyday with. Make sure you hop on that Facebook group,
it's
folks.
Great. So
dude,
good.
It's beautiful. Alex, you did such a great job.
There was one that I was thinking that he could have added was once you hop in the van. No, other side.
Yeah. No,
other side.
No, other side.
Because it's a right-hand drive van.
Yeah.
JD Garage. I lowered my Mustang last year, and it's been great until last week. We took it on the freeway. Drove great until we hit a few bumps at 80 miles per hour.
What method did you use to lower it? Did you use cut springs, or did you actually like...
No, man. The best way to do it, you take zip ties, Dane. You do enough zip ties on those springs.
Yeah, pull them down.
Compress. They'll pull them down.
Yikes. That's some Haggard Garage type stuff.
And you wait for the pop, right? And then you'll be airborne.
God.
Dave says, I, for one, would enjoy a video where Anthony enters Dane via his being John Malkovich's size back door. That'd be great.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Iftar.
I love more than anything that was queued up side by side.
They knew.
Perfect.
They knew.
Thoughts on wide body kits and stanced cars?
I enjoy them when they're done right, but my opinion of what right looks like varies a lot depending on the car. I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
There you go. Casper Beerson says, hey guys, great show. First of all, and as always, great content. What would you recommend for a detailing mobile setup with no power source or water source? A mobile setup and not having power on board.
So no generator
or water on board.
Tank.
So bring a hose with you.
Mm-hmm. Bring an extension cord.
Bring extension cords. At least 100 feet of both.
At least, yeah.
Because you don't know where the water is. And then let the customer know, hey, just so you know, I don't have onboard water and I don't have onboard power. May I use yours?
Plenty of people that will have
and a lot of people,
issues.
They have no problem with that.
Letting you
as long as you tell them. That's the biggest thing. Just say, hey, do you mind if I hook up to some power and some water? They'll be like, oh gosh, okay, yeah, sure.
They're
just
more
say,
open
I don't have that stuff yet. That's all.
They're more open to it when you borrow their utilities, but you don't borrow their tools with
as long as you're
utilities.
Not charging them
extra. If you bring your own tools
that.
to attach to said utilities, they're usually more open to it.
And I've gone to jobs at people's houses. Granted, they were acquaintances. They weren't really
They knew,
like close people. They knew that I was, didn't have that kind of stuff, right? And so, but I showed up, and I'm saying I don't know these people really well. I went there. I forgot my extension cords. I said, "Hey, I forgot my extension cords. I'm gonna have to go back." "Oh no, you can use my extension cords."
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you sure?" "Oh yeah, no, you can use my extension cords. You can use this. What else do you need?" Yep. And I'm like, "Well, this is really nice, right?" Because I didn't want to look unprofessional.
Just being honest with them and let them know, and always make that, like Anthony said, like, "Hey, I might have to go back." And if they offer, they offer.
Yeah. Project Argent says, I got ripped off and traded a genuine Pikachu card for a fake holographic Charizard card. The good old, I'm assuming, days.
Yeah.
Project, they do that. That did happen
sucks.
back in the day, but nothing will ever beat that day when my mom took me to a how-to-play Pokemon.
Augie's going to one of those this week.
Took me to the
today,
to
maybe,
the nerd
or tomorrow.
store, right? To the trading card
store. Going to the
store.
library for a Pokemon hangout.
Dropped me off and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go get Chinese food. I'm gonna go get groceries. I'm gonna pick you up here in an hour." And I got to play and learn, right? I was thinking it was like 12. The guy who was teaching me was like 16. And he's like, don't you love this point system? And I go, oh, this is math. I'm like, I don't want to do this, right? I just want to trade them, right?
Yeah, that's, I think, what Augie's into.
As I'm leaving, right, part of the deal was, it was, I think, $40, and I got the hour or 2 hours, whatever it was, and I got like 4 packs at the end of the deal. Right, it was a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Standing there at the counter, and the guy hands me the packs that works there. Says, "Hey, you want to open them?" And I said, "Oh no, I can wait till I get home." And he's like, "No, open them." I was like, "Just open one, right?" First pack I open up, I kid you not, man. I pull a hollow Charizard, right, right there on the spot. Guy behind the counter says, "Hey, yep, I'll buy that from you right now." And he's looking at me, and I go, "What?"
That's why they wanted you to open
Then
them.
the dad, who was with the other kid in the training class, runs over to me, and he says, "Hey, whatever he's going to give you, I'm going to double it." And the guy behind the counter says, "Well, I was going to give you $70 for it." The dad's like, "I'll give you $140 right now, cash," right?
Oh my gosh, Augie would die. Augie would die.
He says, "I'll give you $140 for it," and my mom's looking at me like, "Oh my God, Anthony! Like you don't know. You're just a kid, but you don't know $140.
You don't need that.
We can buy you 2 boxes of these cards if that will make you happy."
But those
or
are
whatever.
worthless.
Right, yeah.
This one is.
And I just remember saying, "Well, no, I want my Charizard, right?
Yeah.
I want my card, right?"
Yeah.
So I kept it, took it home, put it in a sleeve, right? All my friends had to come see it and look at it.
Do you
and all
still
of that.
have it?
Nope. So, fun fact, I literally have no idea what happened to those, all my old Pokemon cards. I had the big 3, the holographic Blastoise, Charizard, and I had a first edition Venusaur, whatever it was. And I remember that I think it was something stupid. I think it was literally like a friend came over and said, "Hey, dude, you still have your Pokemon cards? That's pretty cool. I'll trade you a PlayStation game for them." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
You just
loser,
totally
right?
forgot about the earlier interaction about the car.
I really
No,
did.
but that's-
I mean,
it's
it was
just
just,
life.
It was
Yeah.
just
That
it was
is
just,
what
it didn't
happens.
seem like they were worth anything of that. It was like the lowest point they were worth anything. Nobody cared.
A few
It was-
years afterwards, it kind of
It was just
faded into
Pokemon's
obscurity.
lame now. Everybody's into other things. Sure, I'll trade it.
And
for
in the
a
last
video
couple of
game.
years, it's come back again.
Oh,
So,
massively.
huge.
So who knows? I don't know what it would have been worth,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Paul Allen says we had magic cards.
Ooh, my
Pokemon
girlfriend
was
has a
not
lot
a
of
Yale
those.
thing. Yeah, Paul, there were kids in high school playing Magic.
Why is Paul's picture so accurate with that stuff?
Yes,
Perfect.
that is
Yeah.
a very
Not a
Mel
Yale
Allen move.
thing.
I still have
Yeah.
my Magic cards, and I still have I still have a whole deck. I never got rid of my Yu-Gi-Oh!
But
cards.
same thing. I was a D&D kid, but I wasn't a Magic or any of that kind of stuff because again, it was on the spot math. I don't.
Well,
roll
Magic
that
always
way.
felt like more of a Gen X thing too. Like all my older cousins
Mm-hmm.
and slightly more distant relatives who were a good.
Yeah, I
2,
never
3
got in.
times
I
my
never
age,
even played
they
it.
were
Never got
into
into
that.
it. I also saw the people that were playing it, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm
do you want
cooler
to
than
do something even more
I'm kind of a
hilarious?
jerk when I was a teenager."
I also had collected Digimon cards
Right,
for a minute,
mhm.
right? Digimon was not the lame Pokemon, right?
Right.
But whatever, I did it anyways.
It was lame.
I kept those in a drawer. Forgot about them. Didn't even
Right,
know
I remember
had
that,
them.
yeah.
Didn't even know I had them. Pull them out, and I go on
Put
eBay.
some on eBay.
I go on eBay just to see what things
Buy
are
yourself
worth,
a Honda
right?
Civic.
And I'm finding these cards are going for $100 to $200.
You never once
And I
would
was
have
like,
thought that.
no way.
Yeah. No, you put some on there. I remember you sold
I
some.
told you,
Oh my
I was like, Levi, you've been selling all these Digimon cards.
They're like, what else am I
$100
gonna do with
Like,
them?
Yeah.
So it was crazy. So it did make some money there.
Pretty great.
Oh, man.
Philip Van Boeven, would TRC consider doing a live on rotary finishing? I started out years ago with a rotary and went to DA. However, rotary finishing skills have faded away with time. You're not wrong, Phil, but man, I've never been that guy. Because I had to finish with rotary for so long, when I started finishing with a DA, I really liked the way a DA finished. Much better, much easier.
Like going back.
So for me, I didn't feel like going back. I could probably still do it if I needed to. And honestly, I was cutting that car and it was finishing out really nice with very light holograms, which was pretty decent. But yeah, Phil, I'd probably have to have that, bring somebody else to do that. Not that I can't, I just don't like doing it. And rotary work hurts me. It hurts me now. My elbows still hurt from yesterday. So it's just what it is. I'm sure you're probably the same way, man. He said, I like the rotary finish when the DA leaves fine DA ticks that appear on some paint types. I've never seen that. So JD Garage, does a grit guard and gamma lid come with a mystery bucket? Yes.
It does. And so I think that's a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a perfect
Stopping
place
point.
for us to take a brief moment to go run a little break. You guys can run a little break too, but come back. It's only going to be a couple minutes. Then we're right back to the questions and comments, as you know and love here at Q&A Thursday. So don't go too far. Ah, they did it again! Again!
Oh, man.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, and welcome.
Look at that
back
guy.
to Q&A Thursday, where I'm just going to ignore that. All right. Well, we're back.
Beautiful.
Here
Beautiful
in the
day.
chairs, ready to answer more comments.
I think my
more
favorite thing about that
questions.
is that your mom brought that in for us.
she knew what she
Specifically
was
for
doing.
the fans.
Yeah.
She knew they would love it.
We need a picture of you with your ponytail.
So I was looking because I thought maybe there's one online, but there's not. So I got to go through my box.
Okay.
And,
We're gonna
see.
dig up some
So
old
here's the
Levi
problem.
pictures.
I think I have my yearbook. I got to double check and see if it's in my box. If not, I may be having to get in touch with some other friends to see if they've got a copy.
Oh,
So-
deal.
All right.
So
let
we
me-
had a
let me
G.
find where
Davis.
We are not on that page.
Let me go
Let's
back
take
to
it.
G. There we go. In the summer of 2002, Dane knocked on my front door and requested not only Pokemon cards, but also grape soda and a fully cured ham. Oh, my God.
I don't think I've ever asked anybody for a fully cured
Do you have
anything.
a grape soda I could drink and maybe a fully cured ham?
Now, grape soda, I definitely have asked
Project
for.
says back in the good old days, I traded genuine Pikachu. Yep. So I
Yep.
got ripped off. Dang it. And then JB says, would you recommend G5 for glass shower doors to help prevent water spotting? So
You could, yeah.
Water spotting is going to happen wherever a bead is formed, right? Whether it's coated or not coated, right? It will help probably with a little more surface, it'll have less surface tension, and it'll have a better contact angle to where that may potentially happen less because the drips would fall down faster. And you'd also have a small barrier there, but it wouldn't be a foolproof system. You can give it a try. Chris B says, if you suggest not ceramic coating new paint for 6 to 12 months, does that apply to brand new cars too? So that's where, again, I'm that guy where it says, I look where, hey, if the car is brand new, if I see it was manufactured in May, it was sitting on the lot until August, and the guy wants to ceramic coat it in
Yeah,
September,
go for it. You're
October,
good.
I'm going to do
We
it.
also got to remember, factories, when they paint a car, they do go through an oven.
They do go through a better oven than
Better
what we
oven
would
than
have.
most. It's not an
Yeah.
individual paint booth
The
oven.
thing
No.
that made us not want to do it with future cars really didn't have anything to do with what new cars experience. It's a different.
And it's just the repaint issue. And like
repaint,
Anthony
so.
said, we did it in the winter, so it never really got a heavy sun cure by the time we were able to coat it. So that's the reason.
Kimberly says, greetings from Chicago. Finding a lot of bugs on my car in the morning dew. I guess they love PNS products. Actually, they probably do.
Yeah.
Seriously, what's the deal? Can't wash my car every day, but it's a mess. So
There's a lot
Kimberly-
of bugs out. There's a lot of hatches. They call those bug hatches that are happening.
Yeah.
And if you notice, there's a lot of birds in the desk that start eating or in the early morning flying around. It's because there's a lot of weird flies and stuff that are.
I think
getting
it's everywhere in the
birthed
country right now.
right now.
I
Step
have
outside and you get itchy right away.
I have 2 grasshoppers, right, that won't get off the Civic.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. I had a bunch of those little black flies all over the car, the Elantra yesterday. And I was
I've
like,
been noticing a lot more bugs around, but I do genuinely think that bugs are attracted to sweet smells, and so
yeah,
I
and your
think
car smells good.
things like bead maker, things like paint gloss, things like GSF, I think that it'll probably attract sweeter stuff, especially if it's on the surface. I mean, what would be terrifying to see to take Coach Kimmy hand wax that smells like pure honey,
Ooh, it's got
right?
bees on
And have that parked somewhere. People, I
Jay
got all
Quick
these
woke up this morning and his car's covered in bees.
There's a beehive on my car. But no, they are attracted to sweeter smells, and we found that through even just going down to Monterey and spraying down
Morning
cars
dusk.
in the morning. And we're like, what are all these like bugs around us right now? And it is a sweet smell.
Yeah, it's the
that they're
bee
attracted
maker in
to.
the air and the wetness. They're landing to drink water.
Yeah. Project.
Previous car owner did a lot of vaping and left vape stains on my windows. How can I remove them effectively? Well, on your Subaru, I'd recommend using glass.
Don't worry. You don't have to tell us what
Glass.
car you have. We already know. It's
He
a
already did.
Subaru.
He said it. He told us what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say glass. Stiarna glass is a really good glass cleaner. The other thing, as long as your windows aren't tinted, and let's say they're just factory clear or factory tint, you can also use a razor blade and scrape some of that if it's pretty grody. But realistically, a Jersey bug scrubber.
I think glass and Jersey
Bug scrubber, spray it on there and scrub the inside of the glass a little bit, clean it up, and then dry it off. And I think you should be just fine. Joe Johns laughs with the 2 first names. Yep. That's an old Simpsons joke. The man with 2 first names.
Nico. Hello from France.
Thanks, Nico.
Hello.
Welcome. And then Carson saying, I'm local. How do I get on Wash Wednesday? Carson, are you driving Steve BRZ's car still? Because we did a Wash Wednesday with Steve BRZ once, but we never got to air it.
Steve BRZ is actually coming by this evening.
Is he?
He is coming by this evening. He's dropping off his new car.
Yeah. So, but we did that. We did his old car. But we couldn't do it because he sold the wheels.
That
was Brian
Pham's old car,
That's what
but
that
they
is.
look very similar.
Yeah.
Very
So, Karen, we'll have to see. I'll talk with the guys and see.
But
if
I
there's
I don't
think
think
something
that
we can
video
do.
ever got released.
Yeah, I don't think it ever got released. So technically, no, we haven't.
Because we never got after
We never
shots of the
showed
car,
that
so the video could never go out.
FRS. So we
Yes.
could do it.
Now,
Yeah.
if Carson, if you had a 4-door EG Civic, right,
Ooh.
that would increase your chances. Now we have Ricardo B says,
Maybe
"Sup
amongst
TRC
one of us on this
crew."
But no, come by. Honestly, come by, Carson.
And then
come by and say hi.
Grant says, "I've got a full folder." Oh my gosh, Grant's always got to one up us.
What a
Of
one-upper.
first edition Pokemon cards, also signed by the voice actress of Ash Ketchum.
Wow.
Dang.
So
Nice.
Augie
would probably
that's
lose
pretty
his mind
wild.
on that stuff.
Grant,
Yeah.
you could buy another GTR if you
could,
just
yeah.
sold those.
I have just
Yeah.
one when you have another sitting in a binder at home.
Yep. Dolphin says Pearl versus Waffle for Windows. It's really your choice. I really like Pearls right now. I've been using those and Waffles, either interchangeably. They're both great. Totally fine.
Andre says, "Thank you for all the time and effort you put into sharing it all with us. We appreciate you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you,
man.
man. We appreciate you coming to watch." Adam says, "What's up, TRC? Happy Friday
Happy
Eve."
Friday Eve.
Now, let's see. I'm going to mark this one, and then I got to figure out what page we're on, because this stuff jumps all around.
Simon saying, we love Levi in Denmark. He is basically a celebrity. Thank you. Would surely love a combo course with Levi and Yvonne here in Denmark. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate it. Grant says, I'll be a keen interview for Levi. I know. Worst thing that happened at detailing, lost his family in Anthony's attic.
Oh, my gosh.
True.
You can't like you title it like "Man Loses His Family," right? Resorts to detailing, and
Oh,
it's
my.
all of this talking about how he misses his family, and then he goes, "Wow, it just if they weren't trapped up in that attic in that house," and people are
Just
like,
a real
"Wait,
clickbait
People are banging
title.
on your door.
yeah."
They thought maybe your family just left you because you got way into
No,
into
and they're like
detailing.
guys are like, I can relate with this. Then they find out it's a joke at the end. They're like, "Are you people sick in the head?"
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "We are just a little bit."
Alex says G. Davis's negative detailing experiences resulted in 2 divorces and struggling to keep up a certain online persona with an international audience. And then Forced Induction says, I would love to hear more MOS at Home
Hey, there
podcast.
you
Thank
go.
you.
Oh, man.
Project Arjun says, after a few days of back-to-back rain, I spotted red ants on my tires. What's a good way to prevent red ants from getting on the car? Spray them with a hose. I don't know, man. We don't have red ants.
I don't even.
I don't
I
know.
gotta
No.
say, there's not a detailing company out there that I'm aware of that's created a product
Here's what
specifically
you do.
for
Here's what you do.
removing-
Diatomaceous earth.
Ah,
Sprinkle it all over the ground, then drive your freshly detailed car and park it on that diatomaceous earth. Not only will it keep the ants from coming back, it'll kill them where they live.
I was
All right.
so confused when I had to stop
like-
that product at Home Depot. I did not know what diatomaceous earth was until I worked there. It was
What
just
is it?
very strange. I don't even remember anymore. I just know it's just like
Yeah,
special
it's
dirt.
just dirt.
It's
a
just dirt,
dusty
hence the
dirt,
earth, but
dusty
yeah.
dirt that kills ants.
But it
Why don't-
happens
well,
to kill bugs. It's
Yeah.
You
the bug
could
stuff.
get some Ortho home defense and
Yeah.
just make a ring around your vehicle.
Just wash your car in Ortho Home Defense.
Every time you park, you get out and you just spray a little
Yeah.
perimeter around your car.
Some salt, some laundry detergent, and
Keeps-
sugar. That's what my grandma used to do.
Just doing some supernatural. We got to keep vampires.
Do you
away,
guys
werewolves,
have any
red
you guys
ants.
have any recommendations for keeping marmots out of the out of your vehicle?
Stop putting sandwiches in your engine.
Yeah, start
Yellow
putting some
belly
delicious
marmots.
things in your
Yeah.
engine bay.
Simon Bach, what's your experience with coatings on Toyota? I were once told to only use G-Technic C1, at least within G-Technic. No, we've got so many Toyotas here. I own a Toyota. I've got like 3 different coatings on it. Gabe's got like 17 Toyotas,
Yeah.
and only like 3 of them are coated.
I got one and it's old.
Dane's got 15
It might benefit
Toyotas,
from
and they've been
C1.
coated. They're fine. Yeah,
but
dude,
it's been repainted. in weird
the reason
places.
for the C1 is on older Toyotas, some of them came with single-stage paint.
Yeah.
That's the only reason for
There's
C1.
that
It's
white,
just
and one of
easier
the
to work
last
on
cars
all
that
of
had it was the Tundra, right?
Yeah, Tundras had
Force
that.
Induction says, great point, Dane, to your rant earlier. And then Jimmy
you.
Moto says, Levi, I have a polishing test coming up.
No, possibly a new job.
Ooh.
Do the TRC challenge coins have any magical powers? And if so, how do I activate them? Well, you just got to challenge somebody with the coin by popping it down on the table and saying, "Can you beat that?" And then see if they even have anything.
And when they just say,
They
I don't
pull
know.
out a quarter,
Well,
you
sir, I don't know what that
automatically
is.
win, and
Why
you say, "All
is
right."
that?
So
That's
I
what
would
do.
say, here,
Now,
it's
if
Jimmy.
they pull out another challenge coin that's far greater, perhaps some sort of military coin,
Yeah.
well, then you better have one of the presidential seal coins like Anthony and I have, because that's I don't know why
What
we're
is
getting
going on here.
Oh.
Oh, right. There
so,
we go.
So what you should do,
Hey.
Levi, can you grab that coin
The
for me?
TRC coin
Can
is
you,
the
can you,
champion.
can you grab that coin right there?
Out of the 5.
So this is what I'd recommend doing. I recommend taking this coin here, putting it in your pocket before the big day, right?
Yeah.
And then what you're going to do is right when they start talking to you and asking you
Yeah.
questions,
Mhm.
you're going to ignore them. And you're going to put your hand in your pocket and start rubbing that coin,
Well,
right?
I don't know if that's a good idea either.
Listen, you're going to start rubbing the coin.
Vigorously rubbing
And then from
something in
there,
your pocket doesn't look good when you're
You're
standing
going to
in front
start
of an instructor.
speaking
That's
in Norse, right? It's basically going to start coming to you, right? This is what happened to Levi during the whole filming thing. And you're going to start speaking in Norse, and they're going to say, what is going on? You open your eyes. Your eyes have now changed color. They went from brown to blue. And they're like, oh my God, this guy has powers, right? And you grab that axe, also known as that polisher, right?
Yep.
And you pick up the best bead you've ever picked up, or you just lay down the best gloss you've
Could
ever
you lay
laid
down some sample words in Norse that you would use for?
Yeah. Stjarna, babla,
That's
gla.
Swedish. That's
Oh,
Swedish.
sorry. Okay, so can you lay down some Norse words for me?
No, we're okay. All right, let's move on to the next one
What
here.
the heck, man?
I don't know Old Norse.
I thought you did know a little
Wow.
bit.
No,
I
I
thought
don't
you
have
had
that. No, I know
coursing through your
Norwegian.
veins,
You know
and here I-
Norwegian?
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
technically not. It's very similar, like
Wow.
Swedish and stuff. No, Old Norse is basically Icelandic.
Okay, well, we know somebody that does speak
We do
that,
know
and he
somebody.
says it's a
He taught me
He-
some words when we were there.
Yeah, and he
but
says it's a crappy language.
Said it's a
and-
crappy language because
Wow.
everybody they all spoke it and then they got left in Iceland,
Oh,
and the rest of the world went into it to a
So horrible.
change the dialect. And they all got stuck
Anyways,
speaking Old
moving
Norse.
on. Kimberly says everybody posts the bubbles, band rainbows, but never the hurricanes and floods.
That's right.
That's right,
That's
kid.
right.
I like that.
That's
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how
that's
it is.
true.
Nico RS, for window cleaning, is it better to use a special low pile microfiber for windows plus glass products followed by an embossed microfiber for the final wipe, or vice versa? For window cleaning, I would, you can. I really like using pearls, but I also really like using the applicator sponges to clean first and then follow it up with either a pearl or a waffle. So, yeah, or any of the glass towels.
There's 2 videos of Levi actually working on Windows in
Yeah.
the backlog if you go and look.
Han says, I think hearing about all the bad things in detailing will give an honest picture of what the real detail industry. Going from bad to something great is interesting to hear. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You turn it around with a little hope.
Nico, we already answered that. Empty Lab says, I'd listen to that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Project Arjun, Home Depot inflated the prices on the 5-gallon buckets. I don't doubt it. It's probably harder to get.
Yep.
Cameron Messina, when applying CSL on a car that has vinyl stickers or a windshield banner, do I have to worry about buildup on the edges of the vinyl? No, not really.
Nah.
Yeah. Jamie the cleaner snagged himself a bucket.
Oh, Jamie, you didn't
nice.
have to. I mean,
That's
Jamie, you got
all
everything. But, hey, we appreciate you, man. Graham says, Dane, next year I want the full lad picture.
That's what it's about, Graham.
Yeah,
Giving yourself
right?
a challenge, a ladder to climb, so to speak,
Oh,
by
my
adding that
Lord.
extra D.
ladder to climb. I like
Joshua
that.
Kent, using more polish versus a softer pad, what would the difference be? Well, it really, this is the thing. Most people think that they have to use more polish to get more effective work out of it. You don't. Gabe was polishing the car. I told him, "You're using way too much," and he's like, "Oh, wait, thought I wasn't using. I thought I was using enough." And I go, "No, back it down. You don't need that much." Once he learned that, it made it much easier to work. The product, if you overload it, you start to make a mess. It doesn't really. You don't ever get the effectiveness of what the actual pad's doing or what the product can do, because the product needs a
Counterintuitive.
combination of that pad. It needs the heat. It needs the friction. There's a lot of elements that product needs, as well as the pad. So the right combination is the best. I always recommend using less polish. G. Davis, bitter and jaded poolside is a lifestyle reflection and secret romance podcast from Dane Hennon.
Don't tempt me. I might make something.
Bitter and jaded poolside. That's nice. Project Arjun, any car detailing movies y'all recommend watching? Tokyo Drift.
You know,
They do a
actually,
great job
let's turn
detailing
it
that
around.
car with a
Let's turn
random
this around on
orbital
the
hand
audience.
polisher.
Yeah.
For all those of you watching right now, if you could please share a movie and a particular scene in it that you remember where detailing was shown in a movie that had you actually interested, engaged in. 'Cause
Back
I
to
can
the
think
Future.
of
Back to the
Dodgeball
Future,
has
yeah.
it. Back to the
Dodgeball.
Future has it. I mean, it's all the Little Giants. I believe they're like watching a C4 Corvette near the beginning of it. There's like
Giants
a
is a
bunch
good
out
movie.
there. Yeah. So. Man, I haven't thought about that movie in
one of my
ages.
favorites was Dodgeball and the car wash.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's right, boy.
Transporter 1 had a small scene where he's walking after he's cleaning the window,
Uh-huh.
right? He's cleaning the blood off the back of the window.
Well,
'cause
you
he-
gotta get
So,
gotta clean
Kill
it.
I
the guy
challenge
back
all
there.
of you watching right now. Share your favorite detailing or detailing
Yeah.
adjacent scene in a movie and what movie it was. Thanks.
I'm going to say the Transporter. Yeah.
Okay.
And I really wish I had an Orangina right now to be enjoying
Orangina.
while we discuss it. Moving on, we have Joshua Kent says, do you genuinely think that diluted brake buster 10-to-1 cleans just as well as it does straight? No, everything straight it's gonna be much stronger. However, if you're maintaining those wheels every single week, 10-to-1 is more than enough. It is more than enough if you're doing it often. If you're doing it once a month, once every couple months, then yeah, I'd go straight. G. Davis says, Alex Dewar, speaking of international audiences, I'm the number 4 detail show comedian in Madagascar.
What a niche.
So good. All right, Gorilla Jiva says, I heard KCX FSE can damage coatings. Not because of the low pH level, because of certain chemical in its formulation. Saw a video on a German channel of FSE damaging C-Quartz UK 3.0. That could possibly be.
So I got sent that same video, right? Can't remember who sent it to me. One of our locals sent it to me, or not locals. One of our what would you call
International
it? No, one of our
ambassadors.
No, they're here all the
Super
time. What do you
fans?
call it? It's just one of the normals.
Heroes
one
of the day.
Okay, that's what we're
Wow.
looking. One
Shows what
of
you
our
think of
normal
people.
audience's members sent it to me. What am I looking for?
Are you thinking of
That
friend Michael?
One of our listeners.
No, one of our listeners. I had I had that Americano, and right now my head is like in the
Okay.
clouds.
He's
So-
not thinking right.
To the point of this, though, I watched that same video. I think that probably does make sense. I think it really is probably dependent on the coating.
Well, C-Quartz
Depen-
UK
it-
is technically a SiO2.
And I think it
coating.
depends on the chemical makeup of that coating. But I think at the same time, though, what could be happening is that product is removing maybe the hydrophobic
Yeah.
effect of that coating at that particular area. And it could be by clogging it, or it could be by masking the hydrophobic abilities. But I really doubt that FSE on its own would be able to do that much
Well,
damage.
on
And
a-
that's
yeah.
me saying, as a guy that uses FSE all the time on my
Yeah.
coated cars, I've never seen any spots where the coating has started to fail in the spots I use FSE, and I've used FSE on a ton of
You
a ton of my
have
cars.
used it a lot.
Well, what most people don't realize is, like, with an SiO2 coating, it does tend to get holes in it. Think of Swiss cheese on the surface. There are parts of that coating that start to create these little cavernous spots where there isn't a coating. Now, you put on a SiO2 sealant to fill those holes and continue the lifespan of that SiO2 coating. If you're using FSC, it could have something that counteracts that SiO2 sealant that you've sprayed on there, thereby bringing back some of those holes or making them more appearance where there is no protection. So yeah, it could have that. I'm not saying that's probably what happened, but there is that capability in that. So, and like Anthony said, probably just leaving that, it's probably not removing the, adding that hydrophobics. So, all right, Jay, is there any products that really protect paint from UV rays? Yes, Optimum Car Wax is patented.
Yeah.
And has actual UV agents that actually penetrate the clear and replace UV.
You can read the actual
It's actual patented.
online.
You can do Optimum Car Wax patent, and you can go to the patent office website and you can read the patent on what it does. Cameron Messina, I somehow got fingerprints on my gloss black vinyl banner and can't seem to get them off. Any tips? Well, all right, Cameron,
That's
when
gloss
you're
black for
eating
you.
pizza or chicken wings and you're like playing with your banner, that kind of happens. You get a greasy
Is that
banner
a common
action.
occurrence?
Well, for some people.
Oh.
But honestly, I don't know what to take off the greasy fingerprints. You can clean the banner. Try not to ruin your signatures that you got on it. I don't know if we signed one for you,
Slather on a
but yeah, you can clean it. Try it. Just use
Yeah.
other cleaners and see what you can do. Rich Smith, I love my dash mat. So does my wife.
Well, it is
I
important that
don't know how to interpret that other than just as
it could be wholesome and genuine and 100%
That's-
authentic,
and that's what I'm
there's nothing
assuming
more
it is.
to it.
Probably is.
And it's not laced with innuendo. It's just
that's it.
being friendly.
That's just it. And his
That's
wife loves
probably
the dash
just it.
mat
So,
too.
Rich,
Cool.
we choose to believe you.
Pepito says, "What can I and can't use as a drying aid? Spray sealants, quick detailers, toppings, etc. Have some leftover cheap-ish silica spray used for coating maintenance that I'd like to go through quickly. Dude, burn it, dude. Use it up." Joshua Kent says, "I noticed using PNS Shine All on the interior. It looked great, but lots of foggy off-gassing on the windshield. What product do you recommend for a little interior shine without the off-foggy gassing?" Try Top Star, man. I think
Yeah,
Top
I think
Star
you'd like
is really, really good. It's one of my favorites. We got Origin says, can you use a graphene infused ceramic coating on car glass? Technically, yeah, on the side glass you can. Side and rear if it doesn't
Just
have
trying to
a
avoid
windshield
the
wiper.
windshield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. G. Davis says, I hope that glamour shot of Dane finds a home in two places. One, above the chicken rotisserie in Dane's office, and on the wall in Alex DeWar's one-person sauna steam room.
It's so unnecessary.
Oh, my God.
No.
Johnny Shield.
Oh, dear.
Just for fun, 3 brands you would A, kiss, B, marry, C, avoid. Go! 3 brands you would kiss, marry, and avoid.
Can we replace Kiss with some? I mean, is
Yeah.
that? No, we're gonna say
Yeah.
just Kiss. Okay, it's a
Keep it
one-time
family
thing.
friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you choosing, Levi? You're kissing somebody, you're marrying somebody, and you're avoiding somebody.
This is going to be a hard one. I don't know if I can say all this stuff without
I think-
hurting my personality.
But it doesn't have to be our brands.
I know, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
though.
No, I would just go for it. This is a fun one. You have to do it, Levi.
I got to be careful.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
If you're
represent-
gonna,
you're going to throw some
I-
relationships under the bus.
I mean, the
That
thing is
I can't answer
you can,
that,
you
Johnny.
Can, you can marry any one of our brands.
I can marry.
We-
any
and
one
we
of our
are
brands.
married to our brands, right?
Yes.
You can also. Is there any other brands that you kind of like out
I
there?
like kissing some brands.
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, who'd you
You're
kiss?
kissing a lot of brands.
Avoiding brands. I can't say that stuff.
Oh, I'll avoid F11 all day long.
Like, would you like?
Well, I
so,
would avoid F11, but
Okay.
that doesn't make
Well,
sense.
there's an answer
Everybody
for you.
can say
Yeah, that's an
that.
easy-
would you kiss Guion?
I don't even know if I'd want to kiss.
You wouldn't
Guion.
kiss Guion.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Are you interested in maybe kissing?
I wouldn't kiss Adams.
You wouldn't kiss Adams. Okay.
No.
Maybe you would want to kiss Griot's.
No.
McGuire's, right?
I like
McGuire's
McGuire's.
could have been your first
I
kiss.
could have. Yeah, I could do a kiss
You-
with
so-
McGuire's.
so you've
It's
kissed-
Nice.
you've-
It's a reminiscent.
You've
kiss.
kissed McGuire's.
Yeah.
You would marry who?
Mary Stiarna Gloss. I like that brand a lot.
Okay, so you marry Stjarnaglass, and then who you just I don't.
I already said I avoid F11. That's really the only one I can go with at the moment.
Okay.
Some of the others I just can't. I can't
Yeah.
open my mouth against. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Who I
probably the
am.
safest bet. The thing that's going to keep us on the air going forward.
Yeah.
So,
I
you
think.
know,
Dane, what about you?
Oh, basically said it out loud.
Johnny wants to know.
Buy F11.
Johnny's been good at these 1, 2, 3s. I'm really enjoying them.
Okay, so who you kissing?
Oh, well, I'm kissing Sciarna, possibly Mary.
No, you
PNS.
can't kiss somebody that we are already with. That's cheating, or it's not cheating.
No, that's what I was saying.
You can marry one of our brands.
You can marry one of our brands, but you can't kiss one of our brands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got to kiss a different brand. Oh, I know who I'm kissing.
Who are you kissing?
I'm kissing Bowden's Own. That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Dang, that's a good one.
That was a good one, Dane.
That's
Good call.
got to be one of my
Who you
absolute
marrying?
favorites that we have nothing to do with. PNS is a safe one to marry.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah,
a very
well,
good
you
choice, a
know
solid
how much
choice.
you and Keith
hearty choice.
get along.
I know.
Some barbecue in the afternoon.
You and Keith,
You know
right?
what? We're
Drinking
just
some
hanging
beers.
out. It's cool.
Rennie's your
Have
ring
some beers,
bearer,
chilling.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Okay, and then you are avoiding F11.
Oh, I was avoiding F11.
Avoiding F11.
Or, trying to think of something that's more mainstream. Probably avoid. What is it? What am I thinking of? Wow. Okay, I'm totally blanking. Moving on to you.
Gosh, okay. So honestly, in terms of kissing, I threw McGuire's out there because I just, that was my first kiss, right? Really getting into it. So I don't want to necessarily give that away. I want my first kiss to be wholesome with a brand, right? Like especially somebody I'm getting to know. McKee's is wholesome and really nice, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I would say. What are some other brands out there that we know of all the time? Maybe I'm looking. Yeah, maybe I'm looking to kiss Angel Wax, right? Maybe I'm looking for something that's slightly more exotic, right? Potentially. I mean, what's it called? Labos Cosmetica, right?
Okay,
Maybe for the smell, I say, hey, we want to give you a kiss, right? Maybe Garage Therapy, right?
Ooh, yeah,
maybe want to give them a little kiss, right?
What about,
I'm thinking.
Juicy Details.
Maybe Juicy Details, right? That would be a fun one, right? Juicy Details is the neighbor down the street,
Sneaking
right?
Kisses.
And she's the nice neighbor that you've grown up with, and she's like really good. She's really cute, really wholesome.
Now we're getting a little.
I like it.
That. Give them a kiss, right?
Right.
But I'd probably marry Koch. I feel like Koch is a pretty solid brand to marry, and then I'm getting a little bit of that German vibe in there as well. So I get
you can
delicious.
You'll be able to wear your
schnitzel,
lederhosen,
and I can wear my lederhosen to the wedding because I already have it, right?
Yep.
And then brands to avoid. The thing is I don't necessarily, like F11. I think it's like a cop out.
That's
you guys.
a cop out.
I think
It
that's.
is. I have a
well,
real
no, it is.
answer.
It's a safe.
I have
bet.
a real answer.
You do?
Yes.
Then why don't you give me the real answer?
So the real answer is going to feel like a cop out answer, but it's not.
Okay.
It's a little more out there. Is basically how could I possibly stay with something as toxic as like just a heavily white label brand? Like basically, the products, but they come with several different
Dane, we
labels.
can't
all
even
these
say
different
that.
things.
Can't
so
even say that.
basically, it's
Nope.
just all over the place. You're like, you wear so many disguises. I can't trust you.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
So
you can't.
Well, I just did. So I'm just doing that.
You
All right.
Name
Yeah.
anybody. That's what.
No, I
making
didn't.
sure
That's
you
my
didn't.
cop. That's why I said it's going to feel like a cop out answer. But
Okay.
if you know, you know.
Basically, I would say I would avoid anybody that's just had too many other boyfriends, too many other girlfriends,
okay.
right?
Wow.
And it's nothing against the brand, right? It's just, hey,
It's just really popular.
they've just danced around with too many people, right? Or there's been too many other resellers. There's been too many other people that have jumped onto the brand, right? And there is some particular brands out there, and I'll let you guys' mind wander there.
Where people are always asking if we're going to carry them, and
it's just
everybody else already does.
Yeah, it's
that
the-
kind of
Okay, I
thing.
see that.
Yeah.
All right, JD Garage. One thing I love about detailing industry, everyone's always happy to share knowledge. There's never such a thing as a stupid question in this community. Thanks for all the advice and info, TRC. You're welcome, JD. Joshua, could you please make a video showing and explaining all your different buffing pads?
Oh, boy.
I think we did. There might be one. Check the FAQ channel, but I will tell you this. We have pads available for every type of machine that you could have.
If you
Plain
want
and
to
simple.
get specific,
But
you
you're
can
not
send
wrong.
them an
We
email.
could do that. That's an easy TikTok. Bill Pearson, lads, unless I'm doing something wrong, I've tried using the shopping cart as a wish list. But after a few days, it empties itself. It does.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
that is a real
Oh,
thing.
shoot.
So, Project Arjun, are there any UV inhibitors available for car leather seats? Yes. So, Color Lock has UV inhibitors.
Coiler lock?
Color lock.
Coiler.
Coiler lock.
Color lock.
I mean, there's
sealant has UV inhibitors in it.
There's a lot of protection products that have UV inhibitors, and sometimes it's not maybe like the first major ingredient, but it has that effect based off the other ingredients on the list. And so you'll have UV protection from a lot of different products that we carry. JD says, love how everyone in the detailing community is willing to share knowledge and experience. As always, thanks for all the knowledge and info you guys give us. Always be a supporter of TRC. Thank you, JD. We appreciate that, man.
Carissa saying, hi, what do you guys use for motorcycle seat dressing? Carissa, hello. I want to protect and make it look nice, but I don't want the owner flying off the bike. Anthony, what do you use?
So, man, this is where it gets tough. If it's a leather seat, you're going to go with something that, you're going to either go with no protection or you're going to go with something that literally is just a pure conditioner that does not add any slickness or anything like that whatsoever. So if it's pure leather or if it's like a synthetic leather, I would clean it and then probably condition it with something like Color Lock, which isn't slick or oily or loaded with silicone. That's probably what I would do. If it is some type of vinyl seat, not vinyl leather, but vinyl, how do you just explain it?
Yeah, you're right.
It's a vinyl. It's a plasticky feeling thing. Yeah. Don't put anything on it. Honestly, I would probably a little bit of O&R. I just wouldn't put anything on it. It's not worth it. Just in case it is slick or they do slide off, you don't want to be blamed for it.
Mike C says, hey guys, saying a quick hello. Super busy at work today. Unfortunately, delivering the mail. I drove by some dude washing the side of his truck with soap and a garage push broom. Pretty wild, huh?
Ooh,
that's awesome.
See it all the time.
Yep. Joshua Kent, what is the microfiber mitt that you have? I thought it was called a Smitten, but nothing comes up on the website. The Cyclone and the Ultra Mitt. Those are the mitts.
Used to have Smittens.
Smittens were like a towel wrap thing for like a towel mitt that you could put a
towel texture, but in a mitt format.
We are redoing the Smittens at the moment. That's why they're not on the site. But microfiber mitts, that's the Cyclone and the Ultra. Robert, hello TRC. I was thinking about a bead maker, dream maker together. Is that doable? Also PNS paint gloss. Thank you. So you could technically go on Jamie the Cleaner.
Yeah, watch Jamie.
Watch his TikTok.
The Clean Maker.
It's called Clean Maker. Watch that. It'll show you.
It's very proud.
Don't mix paint gloss in with those. That's the biggest thing. G. Davis, Anthony will be recognized in Panama right before he's kidnapped and held for a ransom. That includes a relatively low mileage CRZ and local gas station glizzies.
Oh, man.
I mean...
The dream.
Who wouldn't kidnap
And then
that
Andre
guy?
adds, and G. Davis, don't forget a case of Eagles.
Yeah.
Joshua Ken, I hope all these questions are okay. I only have a few minutes, but I'll listen to the whole things tomorrow. Thanks, guys. You're welcome,
No problem,
James.
Josh. Keep asking.
Alfredo says, top 2-3 must-have polishing compounds and finishing polishes. All 3 last cuts.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the best thing you could do. Or get the Rupes Fine and Coarse combo and Uno Protect.
That's also really
Those
good.
3.
Yeah.
Project Arjun, am I the only one that thinks the O&R rinseless wash reveals a better appearance versus conventional car wash? Nope, we're all the same. Right, guys, so happy you guys uploaded the water spot video yesterday. I'm tackling an NC MX-5 with a handful, North Carolina MX-5 with a handful of water spots this next week.
It's a third
I'll
generation.
be using some of your
Miata.
tips. Hopefully not wet sand worthy. Well, good luck, man. Hopefully you don't have to do that. G. Davis says, thank you for the addition, Andre Bassick. We got 20 minutes left and we're 48 minutes behind.
Woohoo!
Carson Black, sorry if I missed it. How do I get on Wash Wednesday? Come by the store. Come by.
Come say hi. We'll chat.
The man, 1321, how would you decide to throw away any old microfiber towels? Well, if you've been holding on to them for at least 5 years and you've been using them every day, you should probably get new ones. I try to cycle mine every year or so.
Safe bet.
And I start using them on the inside of the house. Cleaning floors, picking up stuff, wiping down doors, all that kind of stuff. And then I just toss them from there after I've used them on everything. Okay. Matt, Levi, to follow up, no, I did not use panel wipe, but did use the... Grant, is a Rupes coating Dane... It's a Rupes coating Dane is sending subliminal messages.
Not really,
okay.
but... Now,
Matt says, Levi, to follow up, no, I did not use panel wipe, but I did use eraser since I have PPF and about 2 to 3 sprays per panel. Didn't matter if it was on the towel or the panel. I still had issues. Okay. No idea, man.
We could send you an email with more details.
I'd probably just spray it on. You were doing 2 to 3 sprays on the panel. Yeah, I don't know. You may have been using too much. I don't know. Joshua Ken, I tried to compound and polish my car for the first time last weekend. My hood has some pretty bad crow's feet, and compounding got in the cracks. Any recommendations on removing compound? Not really. You can try and wash it with O&R and remove that, but once it's in there, you're pretty much
O&R with
in there.
crow's feet.
Yeah.
I've done it.
That's
Yeah.
about it, man. It's going to be tedious. Enjoy it. Dolphin, why are there waffle and pearl weaves? Don't they do the same thing? Nope. Totally different. Totally different.
They're both low pile, but they function differently, and when you use them on different surfaces, they behave differently.
waffle absorbs more liquid because of the design and its thirst pockets. All right.
I'm trying
what
to
else we
figure
got?
out where
Dane
we are.
here.
There we go. Oh, here we go.
Jeff C. Dane, I'm one of those weirdos that keeps cars for a very long time. I buy them, used and use them up. Own my last daily for 13 years. Same with me.
I like
Jeff.
buying used,
Jeff, I've got 16 years
through
on
a
that Elantra.
Jeff, I'm also a commitment kind of guy, right?
Oh, look at you.
Dane's, I think currently the longest car he's had has been the Jag.
Yeah.
Well, that one's not going anywhere. I'm keeping that one. That's my long-termer. Other stuff could change at any time.
All
But
right.
Like
the
today.
Jag, the Jag is sitting.
Somebody buy his Thunderbird, please.
Somebody please buy the thing. I had
Yeah.
a guy who was apparently wanting to buy it. I got him set up on a deal, but he's trying to get financing, and suddenly he just disappeared.
Yeah, but you figured out he can't finance an old car.
Dane, I'm just upset.
Well, you just get a regular loan.
Yeah,
and
but
then-
you gotta,
But
like,
no,
yeah.
he has money for most of it. He was just financing a little bit of it.
Okay.
a little bit. Could you just given it to him for that little bit of it?
No, it was
Dang
too big a
it.
difference.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
JD Garage saying, I installed the Eibach lowering springs. The issue with the suspension now is a lot less travel, so it's a rougher ride. Car
That's what I
drives
was
so
getting
good on
at.
curvy
Yeah.
back roads, just a little rough on the highway.
Yeah, I mean that's the
not
price
bad,
you pay
yeah.
for
All right.
sportiness, unless you're moving to something
Next
like a
page,
magnetic
Dane.
suspension.
Got 20 minutes left.
We'll be
Come
fine.
on.
We'll be fine. All right.
All right, I'm looking to polish a semi-truck. What size polisher do you recommend using? Oh, Rupes 21 worked just fine, 8 days. Project Arjun, Digimon versus Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Anthony made more money on Digimon than he,
He did
Pokemon.
though. That's true. Yeah, his one opportunity to make a bunch of Pokemon was just nope.
My parents bought a learning car, a Honda Civic 2006, to learn how to drive. The problem with the DMV book is that it doesn't really translate to the actual test, which is different. I didn't pass. I'm sorry, man.
Oh.
Good luck with it. Han says, I still have thousands of Magic cards. Played it a lot, long time ago. There you go.
That sounds
The
about
man
right.
with the dragon
Yeah,
man
tattoo
with
and
the
magic
dragon.
cards, of
Jeff,
course.
G. Davis, Jeff, I hear you. I've had 5 cars since 1988. Project Arjun, is there any way to remove orange peel without wet sanding? Not really.
Not really.
And honestly, don't.
Don't.
Pepito Lopez, TRC and the Pokemon Company collab soon. I know, right? Jeez.
I strongly suspect that's not.
Tanker says, what's
gonna
Gabe
happen.
drinking? That looks pretty good.
Dane,
I
not
don't know if you
Gabe.
mean Dane or Gabe, but I'm drinking a Diet Pepsi. Dane's drinking a Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Spark, which is a raspberry lemonade. And Anthony was drinking some Dutch Brothers Americano iced coffee.
There you go.
Dolphin, waffle or pearl? What's your
Back to
preference?
this again.
So, like I said, I interchange them completely. I have both, but I love pearls.
If I'm removing a compound or a polish, which I don't do very often, but if I was, I would use a pearl before I use a waffle.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
just-
I think we're talking glass.
Yeah.
JD Garage, but hey, the car looks amazing. Huh? What we do for looks? Probably won't be taking the car on any road trips though until I invest in adjustable coilovers.
There you go.
There you go. Joshua said, I was listening to the podcast and I heard you had a 4th of July sale. Thing is, I definitely checked your site on the 4th and didn't see it. I guess I'll try next year.
It was there.
Joshua, if
It was
you're
there.
not registered on for our newsletter,
No, I mean the newsletter. If he went on the site on the 4th, it should have been.
it would have
was
been in your
all
email. It would have said
there.
on the 4th. You go in your email. It would have shown an email from the rag company that said that.
Yeah, weird.
Is there any chance the mystery bucket has swag and gear? No. Sorry.
Not. Yeah.
Not this one, but we'll put that in the next one. Alex Dwar, I'll get Carolyn to send over the digital files of Dane's senior year so I can make a nice accent while in my soon-to-be mailroom.
I would
Love
like
it.
the one of him
Photoshop
like.
is a cruel
I would-
mistress.
I-
Look
I-
what they're doing.
I
again.
want it to be like life size with him leaning up against the wall.
Oh, just
so
like the size
when
of
you
Brittany
walk
over
when you
there?
walk in to his mailroom, you go, "Oh my God, there's somebody in here," and you go, "Oh no, it's a poster of Dane."
Oh my God, Dane, what are you doing here?
That's great. Class act.
Oh,
Forgive
man.
me if you answered the question already, but I gotta hear your thoughts about using a tire and wheel brush in order to clean a black Porsche 911.
Ooh.
In order. What?
In order to
in-
clean a black Porsche 911. He doesn't mean in owner. He means in order.
In order? So
So-
you use the tire and wheel brush to scrub the tires.
Think of the phrase, in order to clean this black Porsche 911, I'm going to use a wheel and tire brush. Like, that's what he's...
On the tires or the whole car?
I think he means on the paint.
Add it up there, class act. I don't feel confused.
So I think
let's
he's
go to the next
responding
one.
to the
Next one.
SL
Ceramic G-Wash ETA. Any
didn't try
thoughts
and
if
skip
you
you,
have
dude,
used
sorry.
it? Wonder if you have used it as a rinseless. And yes, hands and arms hurt when using a rotary. A subject for your podcast. Yeah. Thanks, Philip.
Yep.
Ceramic G-Wash ETA. I thought it was on the site. I thought you could do that. So
Randy Ricochet says, "Wow, so that's maximum effort, Dane."
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
There you
I
go.
just felt my self-esteem just burn.
the photos in that frame look like Boyz II Men CD cover from the early 90s. Yes, they do, Neil. Graham says, this weekend we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid-90s, washing outdoors, full sun, O&R. Oh, you just skipped ahead.
Oh, no.
O&R wash completed panel time. What would you suggest as an ideal drying aid? Well, Graham, if you can do it early in the morning, I would do it, or after the sun goes down. Try and stay out of the sun. But yes, if you are doing full sun, panel at a time, don't let it dry. I mean, that's the easiest way. Like get it wet and dry it. Aaron's, and it's suppressing a good condition at the age of 2, a surprising good condition. Doesn't need paint correction. There you go. Nice, man. Dolphin, I think I have a few scratches in the primer. I'm guessing I need touch-up paint. How do I put clear coat on after that? Do I polish before or after using touch-up paint? I am confused. Dolphin.
Okay.
Email me. Send me pictures. That way I know what we're talking about here. Okay?
Yeah.
Levi at theragcompany.com. GR. Dane's picks give me a Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Ashley vibes.
Just a couple decades late.
It's very nice, yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, we are on. Hold on.
Next page.
On. We are, yep.
Page 3. Still. There we go.
Page 2 now. Okay.
IPA will remove smoke and vape messes. Yeah. So bug attracted to sweet detailing products. Got that. Remind me that a sweet product is a bad idea. No, sweet
it's
products
not.
are great.
It's not. It just
you don't need to worry about
doesn't
it.
affect anything.
Honestly, bugs are just attracted to landing on cars because they're tired of flying. That's what I think.
The bugs are just annoying. They're not
K-Buzz,
hurting
K-Buzz, well, how's the best way to remove dust after polishing? Wash car, pressure air, or I use O&R. I use a wet towel with O&R, just wring it out and wipe it down damp.
the best.
G. Davis says the Bark and Purr has a new line of ant-based product. Ron, hey TRC, late today, just finished washing my truck and the spousal transportation unit.
Nice.
There you go. G. Davis
Yes,
says,
to
last
you.
time I rubbed my TRC CMA challenge coin, Dane mysteriously showed up at my stepmom's bridge and Tupperware party. Yeah, that's what
G.
happens
Davis,
when...
it was cribbage.
So,
Get it right.
That's what happens when you rub it counterclockwise.
Yeah.
And if you
Oh,
watch
man.
what we do in the shadows, the new season, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right.
We're cruising.
Jimmy Moto, thanks for the advice. I'll either have a new job or a felony charge. I'll update you all next week. Yeah. And then Amber Atkinson dropping the knowledge. Diatoms are microscopic algae found in water, oceans, and soil earth.
Diatoms.
Diatoms. So diatomaceous earth has a bunch of those
Okay.
in there. The Wash with Snoop and Dr. Dre. Ludacris gets really mad at employee for cleaning his wheels with Windex. Nice.
I would too.
There you go, Joey. Pulp Fiction when the cleaner shows up and
man,
makes him
that's
clean the
right.
mess in the car. Yes, that's a good
I mean,
scene
the Fixer
too.
had the NSX, so that was pretty cool.
That
for
was
the time.
awesome. Ron, not a movie, but Rihanna's video Drive has some detailing in it.
Does it,
All right,
man?
there we
Does it?
go.
Okay.
GR says Biff will always be the detailing king in the movies. That's right.
You're not wrong.
Jojo Rabbit when they did a full correction on the Führer's Mercedes. I forgot. That's a funny scene. Yeah, Grown Ups 2-car wash scene.
Nice.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. Pat Cap, what do you recommend when using a tar and bug remover and doing rinseless wash as far as removal? What happened to me was I removed the bug spray with my black sponge. What a mess. Tar and bug remover and doing rinseless wash as far as removal. Ah, so you put it on the black sponge. You didn't rinse out your black sponge,
Okay.
maybe?
Okay.
Amber Atkinson
I don't
says
know.
diatomaceous earth is composed of millions of silica-based skeletons of diatoms.
Yikes.
That
There we
is
go.
very interesting.
That's awesome. Didn't know that. How to avoid microfiber leaving lint small fibers on the paint. Thanks. 1, use some lubrication. 2, make sure that that your towel isn't an older towel. It might just be a dead old towel that's starting to lint. So
Make sure you didn't wash it with
yeah,
the towel
that's
that
the biggest
happened
thing.
to start linting.
CJ Burns says the movie was Wild Things. Denise Richards was washing her teacher's car with a friend.
Oh, no, I remember that.
I remember that scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
If you
Graham
remember,
Marshall.
you can't forget.
Didn't someone do detailing in Dallas? Do some detailing.
No. I don't think that's right.
Moving
Alex
on.
I think it
says, G. Davis got an OEM Toyota dash mat he loves when he sent up his stepson to Tokyo for exchange.
Nice.
Stillies, does a 2018 black Audi have super hard ceramic infused paint? No, it just has hard paint.
It doesn't say ceramic infused anywhere.
Ceramic infused happened back in the early 90s. Early to mid 90s on a lot of the German brands.
Yeah.
All right.
Specifically Mercedes and BMW were the ones that had it. Carson Black, sweet, I'll stop by.
Yeah, please do.
Alex
No,
Moore
not today.
says,
Not today.
Yeah, not today.
Not today, though.
Alex says, you can't kiss someone you're already with. Anthony Fisher 2022.
The more you know.
G. Davis says, Alex Dewar, a trip to Japan is way more than I'd spend on a child that the courts say I'm not financially responsible for.
Remember, the court said it, not me.
Dan Pfeiffer says, avoid CG.
Oh, boy.
And then Ron says, I know what Dane is referring to.
You do? Because I didn't.
And Project Arjun says, what brand would you divorce? Somewhere in the distance, I hear Armor All. And then, Anthony would impregnate and then run out on a bottle of Shine Armor. Oh, no. That's
Wow.
bad. Still, he says, oh, no, there are no stupid questions. I ask them all the time. Anthony, in fact, hates me for it.
We love you guys
Love
for
you,
it.
Andy.
Don't feel bad.
Don B, hey guys, loving all the content. Appreciate all you do. Bucket sale was perfect timing. Took any chance and ordered a mystery bucket that is already shipped. Woohoo! Have a great week. Yeah, they've been launching them out today. That's
They're flying out the doors.
And no need to rush because
Carissa.
we're on the first page. We're near the top, so we can kind of chill now. We got 10 minutes.
Carissa says, okay, this is weird, but I noticed every time I use iron remover, my hair smells like iron remover when I
It
wash
gets
it. Yes,
everywhere.
it gets everywhere.
It
My
gets
clothes
everywhere.
smell like it. Like it's on
Yep,
everything. My skin
I
smells
find
like
I find that it really attaches to skin and hair and all that, and just kind of sits there.
Yeah.
And you think it's just sweat or whatever it is. No, man, it's on you.
We'll do it in the morning, and it'll be on us all day, and then I'll get home and I'll be watching TV, and I'll brush my, and I'm like, still smell it.
It's probably totally not scientific at all, but I wonder if you took an iron supplement, if it would be worse.
I don't know.
Don B says, also, have been doing an O&R and bead maker washes lately. Really a great experience and leaves me more time to apply Dream Maker, clean interior, etc. Levi's Hearst video was great to rekindle O&R wash.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
there you go. Carissa says, thanks, Anthony,
What did I don't know what I
for
did.
the
Thank you.
motorcycle talk.
Oh, yep.
Toast 707.
Oh,
Super Chat.
my gosh.
So kind.
$1.99 saying, Dane,
Dollar,
enjoy
make it
a
dollar.
churro in your car on me.
You know
Toast,
what?
I like your
Toast
style.
You're gonna,
707.
have to, you have to take a picture of that when you do that.
gonna
Dane
have to
will
do that.
absolutely take that up on you. I mean, it's gonna
Post
be
it in the
nice.
group. Yeah.
I'll have to find a place with good churros.
So Costco used to have
Just go
churros.
to Costco and get a churro. They still have churros.
They still have churros.
Just go grab one. Ollie, is Beadmaker still the king of drying aids? Just finished my Beadmaker gallon and not sure what to get next. So it's still
it's fun.
probably the most versatile
Easy to use.
of products.
I like Dream Maker now.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Dream
like
Maker for that,
Beadmaker too. But I'm
Dream
saying
Maker isn't protecting like Bead Maker.
I know, but Dream Maker is a great drying aid. I just
Dream
love
Maker
the,
looks amazing.
love the look of it.
So Bill says, speaking of O&R, thanks for teaching us how to use it. Out here in Southern California
boy.
with our water restrictions, it's been a lifesaver, and it's fantastic.
It really is important to look
Now
there
we
at
have a
down
lot
there.
of time to
Down there
sit
in the
on
deep
your
south.
porch when you're done, drink that
there.
sweet tea, and just relax.
Check out the fan boats
Look at
today.
the-
some
look at
some
the
June
shine.
bugs.
Cruise on some June bugs, Latinum bugs.
Yeah.
G. Davis, Hans Closen also performs magic that makes self-esteem and morals of local women disappear. Oh boy!
God.
Wow! And wow, look at that. Hans followed up. Oh no, magic spell. Okay, okay,
Regulation. Oh my gosh.
okay. Want me to have a chalupa? I see. Fernando, good afternoon.
This is where we all start losing it
Yeah,
a little
now
bit.
everybody's losing it now. So hello in Mexico. Thank you. And
the CCs,
Rana Yacht.
yes, those also had very hard paint.
Yeah.
And then still he says, now I'm searching Netflix for a while. Too busy studio. Can you guys ceramic coat a car after washing it with O&R, clay, and iron decontaminate and skip? Yeah, you totally can.
Yeah.
You totally can coat a car like that.
That's always
especially
been like a big
So it's a
debate on the
huge
internet.
debate.
Yeah.
So many people complain about it. And I'm of that issue where if a customer asks for it, do it.
It's not a question of can, it's a question of should.
Yeah, a lot of people go, oh, you shouldn't do that. You need to make sure that you make that car perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, some people don't care.
Just
They just
make
want
sure
to pay for the correction.
the best thing you
Now,
can do
if
is
you
make
want
sure
to do
your
it
customer
for them,
understands.
if you want to polish it,
what's
cool.
going
If you want to do a one-step, awesome. The nice thing one of the things that I always liked about the Optimum coatings was they came with a primer polish.
Yeah,
So it at least forced you to do one step on the car, which was nice. It was already included. But there's so many detailers, and some that I actually really enjoy and really like, and they're good friends of mine. But they are some of the ones that also explain it. Like they are the nation of the side that says no, you got to correct and then you code. Honestly, if the customer just wants to get it coded, just let them get it coded.
Yeah.
It's going to save you so much time. You're going to make some money and
But
enjoy
be
it.
transparent. Be honest about what
Yeah.
you're going to do.
You
so
can
the
tell
customer
'em.
isn't,
Look
caught
over
off
the
guard
car.
by it.
Make sure. I had a buddy that brought in his Escalade and said, "Here you go. I bought it off the lot. I think it might need some work, but if not, just coat it." And I saw it and I said, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to polish that." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine." And I said, "Because here's here, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, okay, yeah, no, fix that."
Yeah.
But I told him, like, I could have just coated it, but I saw it and I just said, "Hey, man, I feel like it looked better." And he'd go, "All right, that's all right. We'll do it."
All
Some
right.
people say no.
Next, we have Calcium Mike that says, "How do you deal with heat in the States? I'm from the UK, and it's a
Well, it's
pain."
in your name. It says calcium with AC, air conditioning.
Oh, there's
So,
a Calcium with
yeah.
Mike.
We just deal with it, man. It sucks. We have
It
air conditioning, though, everywhere. In the UK, you guys don't have air conditioning everywhere.
I know.
We have it everywhere, except for our building.
In the UK, when we were just a month ago,
Yeah.
right? It was swampy. It was
Yeah.
hot.
Not like the last time we went,
Yeah.
though. The time we went before was worse.
Yeah, that's
Way
true.
Yeah, we have AC in our office, but the studio doesn't have AC, so
Yeah.
it's hot. But yeah, everywhere else, you walk into a grocery store, you walk into a gas station, you walk into wherever there's AC,
It's
it's
blowing.
AC. It's blowing ice.
Also,
cold.
drink lots of water.
Yeah.
Always.
G. Davis
Be
says,
drinking
"Should I
water.
treat a dream maker towel like I forgot about, like a bead maker towel, soaking it in a bucket of?" I would soak dream maker towels in an R2R if you can. I find that a lot of my dream maker towels not necessarily will get super clogged up, but they have like a softer feel, and I lose a small amount of absorbency, and I think it's just the ingredients in there that change the surface tension a little bit. And so, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to soak it in R2R just to make sure it's perfectly clean. Joey Belinsky says, "Have a good weekend, guys." Triple digits all weekend here in Sac, leaving the cars dirty. Dude, I don't
Triple
blame you,
digits in
man.
the sack. I don't blame you. That's not fun.
It's triple digits, yeah, that Sac, and also where we're at here,
Yeah, in
too.
our
That
sack, it'll be
sucks.
triple digits.
So I actually just had kind of a fun idea. I'm going to workshop it here with you guys for these last 3 minutes. Maybe we can have a little fun with this. You know how occasionally we'll come up with a new concept to do for a live or something like that, and we'll throw it out there and see what people think.
Yeah.
What if we did sort of a game show, variety show type thing, and people could win prizes in the comments and stuff?
Oh, that'd be
and we
fun.
could do something that was like fun and
Yeah, I
festive,
think
got
we're
people
doing
excited.
one of those next month.
So maybe we set something up like that.
We're already doing one of those next month.
Okay, I didn't know about that. What's going on next month?
We already have a live planned in which we're going to be giving away thousands of dollars in prizes.
Well,
Okay, but what
I just
about
wanna
People can
enter
win.
is
Listen,
Enter to win.
I'm talking about
I-
something a little more like
It's a kind of a
game
birthday
show.
so
celebration.
I would like to be on
Okay,
the Wheel of
okay.
Fortune.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, see, if we came up with like a Plinko board, or we had like a Wheel of Fortune, or we had like some other stuff we could do that was like little more game showy, but like involved detailing trivia and things like that. And we had people answer like the way we've had people
Like we've
answer
done on our
comments.
Christmas projects.
Ooh.
Well, like we've had
done those
answers
before.
in the comments on our Tiersima videos, but we did a concentrated 2-hour show burst where we let people know in advance, hey, you could potentially win some cool stuff today if you tune in
Okay.
for this. And we give people
Detailing
lots of
bingo,
lead notice.
right? Detailing bingo. Everybody has a bingo board, right? We create a bingo board. We start listing off products, right? They have to send us a picture of
Thanks,
their
G.
bingo board filled out of the products that we mentioned, right? Shows they're a true enthusiast and a person
Wow.
that truly knows how to spend money on a lot of different products. That could work.
I'm mostly just trying to find something that like involves people, gets them engaged, but at the same time sticks to what we do best, which is being educational about detailing. We can kind of tie it all together, make it something interesting and fun for everybody.
Yeah.
But maybe so we don't have to do a live detail to make it work necessarily.
I
So it's
see
a
what
little
you're
less,
saying.
little less physical
Just giving
labor,
away prizes
but
for 2 hours.
You're doing a lot of brain
I like what you're you're
flavor,
talking about.
you know?
Calcium with the AC saying, how do you deal with the washing your car in the state heat? Well, I'm going to be washing a car this weekend, and I wash it in the morning or in the late evening.
Late evening for me.
Sun goes down, that's when I wash. Even if when it's
Shade is
90 degrees, as long as there's no sun, we can do it.
You can often find Levi washing during a full moon.
Yeah,
right?
I love full moon washing because you get that moon water.
Yeah, you get that moon.
Moon water. The tide shifts in your bucket, kind of.
Well, the moon water's.
The moon infuses the water.
Yeah.
It creates a different kind of shine.
It's just like my wife with her moon rocks that she likes to
don't
sit
think
out in the moon just to infuse
my,
the energy.
My daughter goes out there and she'll put out a couple
She
of
puts
cups.
up a couple
so she can
cups.
drink it later. And she's like,
Yeah.
I gotta
I
drink
don't
this moon
think
water. I said, all
that's,
right, have fun with that.
Dane,
It's
the
a real
moon
thing, Dane.
is
I don't know if you
magical
know.
energy.
Let's see, Joey's
So,
about it.
I don't know if
Let's
you know
do
this,
it.
Dane, but the moon actually forced Hadley to be born.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew that. It's actual
Okay, I
science.
don't need the details on a
Real
live
science.
stream,
It's called a
but-
supermoon. More babies born during a supermoon than a
Levi
normal
has
moon.
pictures of everything.
Yeah.
That's
It's
plenty.
real, Dane.
So, G. Davis, Anthony bringing the old man energy with
Always,
the bingo idea.
every
yes,
day.
right here at the tail
G.
end.
Davis, season 2 Moon Night starts. It's just me detailing cars in the night.
Just Oscar
Oh.
pulling up to Levi's house like so.
You washing a
And
car?
Kirby forgot to mention his question today, but you know what? He'll send it to you by email or
There,
something.
okay, that
so we'll
works.
make sure we're covered there.
All right,
Detail
Dane.
and Kahoot.
Yeah.
Okay,
See you
so
guys.
thank you to everybody who watched today. Thank you to everybody who clicked like on this video. Get the Q&A out in front of more people. We want to keep
appreciate
growing
it.
this thing. We really appreciate it. And it's always fun to have you guys in here. We go off on tangents, but I think in the end,
am if I put my hair.
it can be worth it sometimes. You never know what you're going to get, but that's kind of the beauty of these shows. So if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel, subscribe to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, and the Rag Company FAQ YouTube channel, where there's always stuff going on, detailing and TRC related. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
See ya.